The second session, that was so ungraceful. It
was so fun.
The second session
of Pub Perils, which is our live played fake core game.
I work in a bar.
You do work in a bar.
We all have jobs, we sign contracts, and I don't even have a name.
For an exorbitant sum of money. So Pub Perils is a game that's kind of like a light-hearted role-playing game so far. We'll see where it goes. I mean, the players
plan on getting dramatic.
Players might change that.
The last thing we did was chop off my robot's hand.
Well, we didn't do that.
You did.
There was an NPC that I didn't do it.
You personally, you said me, Kareem, walks into the world and cuts off your robot's hand because I want to. I don't think I'm that good at any sort of violence, actually. Look, man.
But I appreciate you finding me intimidating. Thanks.
I got scared.
So, Pub Perils is a lighthearted game. The players might take it somewhere else, but we'll see how that goes. I'm going to give a quick recap of what happened last session. I want you guys to sort of introduce your characters and give a very brief background about who they are, just so it makes sense for, any newcomers.
Very beefy background.
Did I say beefy? I meant brief.
You said brief.
And then we'll get right into it. We are missing a player today for the first part of the stream. Their name's Ultra. They'll be here shortly, and we'll talk about them when they get here. So last time, you guys had just started working at a bar, and you're very high-level, very powerful adventurers, and so it's kind of weird that you're working at a bar. The reason that they're working at a bar is because they have just finished a sort of campaign mission type situation, a quest, if you will, where they had to defeat an evil sorcerer. But the sorcerer was very strong. It took them a lot of effort. It took them a lot of time, and there was a lot of collateral damage to the point where the town that they were saving, or the city, if you will, considered it negligent. And so they're now on trial. They've been living off of their savings because nobody will hire them. They've run out of money, and so they need a job. Last session, they were offered that job by Felix, who's the proprietor of the bar at which they work, for too much money. They have all four of them been hired.
I think it's plenty.
It's also not Felix. His name is Zarif.
Oh, Zarif. I'm sorry. Felix is a different character.
Felix is the secret identity.
Wait, no, Felix is the one who did the
exactly.
ordered the hand job.
Lord
So Zarif, I'm sorry. Zarif is the proprietor of the bar. And Zarif is paying them each 300 gold per day, although they have messed with that division a little bit, but 1,200 gold for all of them per day, which is, in this world, an exorbitant sum of money for any job, let alone, just being at a bar.
Yeah, isn't one gold supposed to be like a day's wage, or like a day's rations?
Maybe for an upper middle class person in this world specifically, but it's a lot. So they went to their first day on the job and found that their coworkers, the people who were running the bar, doing the bartending work, doing the waiting tables and stuff, were very unreceptive of them, and they were a little bit thrown off by that. They ended up being told to just go and wait somewhere, just out of the way. Don't leave the premises, but just don't get in anyone's way. They were all a little bit confused and tried to find something to do. Ultra's character, whose name is
Leonitha.
Yeah, thank you.
Leonitha.
Found something to do. She's been told to recover a delivery in the back and take it into the building. That's basically all she's been told to do. Keeping in mind that this is the equivalent of a 10th level character in D&D. It's sort of strange. And outside, William's character...
Rory and Robot.
And...
Hunter.
Were accosted by a lord of the city.
Lord
Felix.
Lord
Felix.
Now we're at Lord Felix.
That was the Freudian slip from earlier. Felix is a noble, very powerful noble. All of these players, the two players that we know about so far, know Felix by his just stature. They know of him. And so Felix tried to enter the bar. Robot, being apparently a little socially awkward,
just doing
his job.
Just doing their job.
Yeah, a very literal machine, I guess you could say. Sometimes.
I think so.
Well, to be fair, was just fucking
here's the thing.
Yeah.
If Robot wasn't the one to do it, I was going to have Rory do it. So I'm pretty glad about
I'm happy that you made Robot do it. Robot asked Felix for Felix's ID because he's bouncing a bar, basically. Felix is an entitled person, and so Felix told his entourage, one of the guards that's accompanying him into the bar, to chop off Robot's hand. And so that happened.
You looped me.
Yeah. Sorry.
Thankfully, Robot doesn't have feelings, blood, or nerves.
Right. He does not. But he does now gain...
Feelings might be debatable.
Feelings might be debatable.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, emotional feelings. I've seen him have those. He does gain an aspect now. That aspect he's going to gain is one-handed. And the aspect's going to essentially be this. When Robot makes a check that involves more than one hand, he gets a -4.
Woo!
Yeah.
Wow.
But things that he can do with one hand, it doesn't really affect him.
Cool.
And Rory is also going to get an aspect. And you can veto this or adjust this if you feel the need.
Gotcha.
Rory's aspect is going to be Noble Hater.
Oh.
Rory gets +2 to all checks against Felix. Felix gets +2 against, or for all rolls against Rory. Does that make sense?
Yes, interesting. I'm into that. I'm into that.
Cool. I told the rest of you that I was going to give you guys some aspects, but I've decided not to, or to hold off a little bit, because I think the thing that happened to you last session was the result of a fantasy point, and that usually leads to some sort of consequence, and so those are your consequences. Fights between you and... Oh!
Hello!
Hey!
Ultra!
Hi, Ultra's here.
Our last player is
Ultra in the house.
Ultra in the house.
In the literal house.
Wait, that's not gonna work.
Nope.
Yeah, you can go.
You're looking at the others. Yeah, they're in there.
I will be right with you.
Okay, cool.
Right.
Ultra is not here.
No.
Ultra's not here. That was a gag.
Yeah,
Go back in the player.
Why don't you just give a brief description, like name and like the strong personality facets of your character really quick.
All right. Hunter Ethanson. He, him. He is, I would say, brash, kind of reckless. Definitely, usually thinks he's right, and he'll go with his gut. And it respects authority, but also will question it when
Cool.
needed.
Not a mindless drone, basically.
Yeah, no.
Go ahead.
I am playing Paulin, who is 9 years old. Paulin is not a person so much as a sentient cloud of soft green spores, resembling Paulin. They are a shapeshifter. They are a failed hero. They are I guess, criminal, or they are a probation. They're on probation. They got arrested because of the sorcerer thing.
Yeah.
And they are, I guess, Rory and Robot's adopted, or Rory is at least adopted companion. I've said.
Whoa,
sibling.
Ultra!
Whoa!
He just dropped in. Ooh, nice.
You didn't even miss that much, but we just did a quick recap of what happened last
Oh,
session.
good.
And then we were going over characters.
We have...
Oh, yeah.
If you have is there anything else you want to add about Paulin?
No, is there anything else you want to add about Paulin?
No, I think that was a really good description of Paulin. Do you want to go ahead and just give a quick rundown of your character and the key traits that they have?
Yes. My character is Leonitha. She's had a really hard life. She's been kind of mentally connected and at some points taken over by a god who has kind of informed her about the sorcerer that everyone worked together to defeat a year ago. And so it's caused a lot of problems for her.
I'm going to do a fun thing now.
What are you going to do?
I'm going to adjust the camera on stream.
Yay!
Everybody watch that bottom. Oh, you can tell which one's moving. It's not subtle at all.
It's not subtle.
Yeah. Also, it's the one that William's not in.
Yep.
And it isn't
Yep.
on
That was
screen.
also great timing because we want to talk to you about your character now.
You can do it from there. We can hear you. If the audience can't hear you, they'll tell us and I'll repeat what you say.
How are you going to know what they said?
I don't know. I'll open the chat. Give me a minute to open the chat.
I don't know
I'm
if
going to
they
turn my
hear
phone
it.
on.
No, no worries. I'm coming back.
So I'm William playing Rory, Robot. Oh, Paulin, they, them.
Okay, so I'm playing two characters. I'm playing Rory, and Rory is she, her, and she's 19. She's an engineer. She's spunky and charismatic and hot and gay, and that didn't come up last time.
But it's written right
But it's
there.
written right there, capital letters on my
Fair
character sheet. And then Robot is 7 foot tall, lanky, sort of like the picturesque wise of Iron Giant, except made of wood, and has iron joints.
Yeah.
So iron joints.
The iron joint.
The iron joints.
The iron joint.
And is takes things a little bit literally, I think, sometimes, but it also has personality and feelings and
definitely not a
and
cold
blood
machine.
and organs and no, sorry, not those things.
No. Abort.
Get out of here. Okay, robot just died.
No, he didn't
Is
die.
Robot also 9? Robots, like, they were close.
Yeah,
to
Robot's
to
about 9.
9, yeah.
Yep.
So the very last thing that had happened in the last session was Robot's hand got chopped off. William had a very brief exchange with Felix, and then Felix walked into the bar, and that's where we're going to pick up now.
Cool.
So Felix is walking into the bar. It's about 5 o'clock, and the bar's not open. Nobody inside's ready for guests, and it's kind of like everybody snaps to attention inside, right? As people call to attention to respect the authority of the noble. And they get called to attention, and as Felix walks into the bar, everyone like goes from like attention to like terrified attention. Like there's a very drastic shift of the attitude in the room. And you can tell, for those of you that are inside, did you follow Felix inside?
Rory did.
Okay.
Robot is staying outside right now.
I'm in the bathroom. I don't know how much I'm able to pick up. I could hear enough that I was saluting as well, but I don't know.
Yeah, you probably couldn't pick really much of anything up. Did you follow?
No,
Felix inside?
I stayed outside.
Okay, so you and Robot are outside. The two of you then would recognize the fact that most people in the room kind of like tense up a little bit. Some people pick up on the tenseness and like tense up in response to it, and some people you don't sense any change in them. And Felix kind of steps a little bit further and says, "Oh, are you not ready for me?" And he turns and looks to you.
Well, I think that, well, the bar, it's not technically open yet, exactly.
So may I sit down?
Yeah,
Where would you like me to sit?
wherever you want.
Okay. He walks to the center of the room and sits in a table. And he like moves the chair a little bit and looks behind him and around and motions to the guards and does this. The guards start pushing all of the tables out from the center of the room, so he has a good 6-foot radius around his table with nothing. And they're heavy tables too. They're not like
Huge.
yeah. So he's at this like table meant for 4 or 5 people by himself, and with nothing around him at all. All of the workers had moved. Like there's just a moat of nothingness around him, and he goes, "Thank you." And he sits down and starts kind of like fiddling with his thumbs and looking around.
Is there something that I can get you started on?
Oh yeah, a glass of water would be great.
Glass of
Thank
water? Oh, of course. A good starting point.
Thank you.
Are you here to see Zarif?
Are you addressing Felix?
Yeah.
I don't know who that is. Also, who are you?
Oh, I'm no one. And I go to I'm trying to go meet the delivery person.
That was weird. Can you make sure she doesn't come back inside?
Certainly, actually, don't even. It's her day off. I don't know why she was here. Well, I'll take care of that. No
Are
worries.
you sure I could have it taken care of?
No.
Ooh.
No. I mean, because like
You get an easy work day today. He's addressing one of the guards, and the guard has absolutely no reaction whatsoever.
I'll get you water.
Thank you.
And Rory just like walks away. It's like, but kind of like like that kind of.
Yeah.
Sits
You know,
there.
you know how someone walks away and they go.
So to get, and this is going to sound very silly, but to get water, you have to go back into the kitchen. So is that where you're going to go?
Wow, you're right. Fate Court is silly.
Yeah. No, this is Kareem. Is that where you're going?
Yeah, the kitchen.
Okay. As you cross the threshold between, like the kind of front area where they're still prepping the bar, and the kitchen, you hear Felix in the background, very faintly going, "Excuse me, do you know where my water is?" Are you gonna keep walking?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm just gonna keep going. I hear it for a second, and then my ear goes into it.
You're just gonna grab him a empty glass, like a plain glass of water, no ice?
Why are you asking all of these questions?
I just want to know what you're bringing him.
All right. I'm gonna I'm just gonna bring like a nice, just a regular glass of water.
No ice, no lemon.
It's gonna look like
lemon
this.
No garnish of any.
This is what it is.
Okay,
It's
perfect.
just a stein of water.
Stein of
Stein of
water.
water.
He's okay. So you fill this glass up with water and you walk outside, and you see in front of him somebody wearing a uniform, the same way that the rest of the staff, except for the four of you, lying on the floor dead with a pool of blood around them.
Oh no.
One more time?
If you were there's somebody in the uniform that all the rest of the staff is wearing, lying on the floor with a pool of blood like around them, dead. If you were in the room when this happened, Felix is hails down one of the other members of the staff and says, "Excuse me, do you know where my water is?" The staff member says, "I'm not entirely sure." And Felix kind of waits for more, like gives it a little pause, and then motions to the guard. The guard stands up, pulls a sword out of his scabbard, and kills her. Just like right through the stomach. No emotion on his face, no emotion on Felix's face. She drops to the ground dead and starts bleeding everywhere.
And this is player knowledge and not character knowledge.
For you, it's-
because I didn't see that.
yeah,
But
exactly.
I come back and I'm like, oh.
You saw what I explained to you before
Yep.
I looked away.
Great.
If you were in the room, which I think you weren't,
I'm nearby.
But I want to
were
be watching
outside.
through
I
the
was
window
outside.
You can
because
absolutely do that.
I definitely am not cool with like
So
cops
you're-
or guards. So I'm
you're
trying to stay
outside
out of the way.
waiting for your delivery.
And I'm like, that
And
could have been me.
you're watching through the window. You're in the bathroom.
I was gonna say, yeah, I'm in the bathroom, and when we had established like last time, so when the whistle or whatever that announced the Lord coming, everyone snapped to attention. I did the same. I went from cloud form into like humanoid cloud form. Once I'm in that, I might as well keep it. Is like sort of how I think. So like at this point, I've started like getting my clothes back on,
Sure.
the amulet back on, but I still have been told to stay out of the way as much as possible. So I just want to like have been like sort of cracking the door open around this time.
Sure.
I don't know how much I would end up catching.
You'd
just to
catch the
kind
whole
of
thing.
watch.
It's totally
Okay.
fine. Yeah.
Then I'm gonna close the door most of the way and just like keep looking.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do I see Rory come in? Or
do you see? No, you
Okay,
wouldn't
cool.
have seen. They
Cool.
came like you're on the same wall as Rory, basically.
Right.
They're coming from this way. You're looking this way.
cool. I'll keep watching out until I have something to react
I
to.
don't know. I was probably
Yeah.
all out of frame.
Yeah, it was for me.
So you see that on the ground as you approach with your glass of water. Oh, I was hoping for a little bit of ice.
You know, ice machine was broken, but I can fix it.
Please do
I will.
quickly.
Yeah.
If you know it's good.
Do you want me to set this down for now, or just bring it back when the ice
Absolutely
is in it?
not.
All right. Do you want one of us to clean that up?
If you ask me one more question, I'm going to kill you.
Guess I won't then.
I
Turn around and walk away.
So I definitely heard Rory there through all of that. I want to try to sneak out of the bathroom and follow Rory without anyone seeing me. I'm just like following the wall and like sidle against it.
Roll a criminal check. There's
Criminal
normally a
check.
stealth check in this game, but we got rid of it and just put it into the criminal section.
What's this we?
Me. I did
I don't
that.
want fate on my back.
I did that of my own volition. Also, removing and adding skills in the game is a mechanic of the game. Get wrecked.
Ooh. All right.
Speaking of getting wrecked.
Now, here's a question for you. Are you trying to hide from just Felix? Are you trying to hide from Felix and his guards? Or are you trying to hide from everybody?
Felix and his guards.
Okay.
But ideally everyone. So I want to
Felix
take
and
the
his
route that
guards.
takes the best chance of not being seen by Felix and his guards, but I want to not make enough noise to the point where no one can see me if I'm good enough.
I'll tell you this. It would be difficult for you to hide from everybody, and you would be taking a route that
It
exposes
would be harder
you.
to hide from everybody
Yeah,
than
if
hide
you-
from just them.
Exactly.
Okay. Then I will let my coworkers see me.
Okay.
Yeah.
What are the rest of the staff doing at this point? They're
Going
just like,
about their normal jobs very slowly and trying to make up for the fact that the entire area around Felix is now in complete disarray, but they don't want to touch any of those pieces because Felix put them there,
okay.
is the vibe you're getting off of them.
So my roll is a flat 0, but I have a +3 to criminal checks.
Okay.
And I'm just like
So
I
it's
have,
7 total?
No, it's 3 total.
Oh, 3 total.
0 plus 3.
Sorry, I thought you said 4. I'm
No.
crazy.
So 3.
Okay.
So I just have my hat down. I'm just like going along the wall, basically trying not to draw attention to myself, but not like hide. I don't want anyone looking at me in particular.
Okay. So you take a route behind the bar, so everybody behind the bar knows where you're going, and they kind of like dart down you, but they're not
to be stealthy.
they're not trying to talk to you. They're not even making direct eye contact. They're just like,
It's okay.
cleaning a glass.
I'm not even here. Pretend I'm not even here.
Yeah, they don't acknowledge you at all. You're fairly confident that none of the party that entered saw you.
Cool. So I want to follow Rory until we're like out of this room.
Okay.
Hey, Rory. What he said about killing you, I think he really meant it because I saw him stab that person who's on the floor dead now.
Oh, yes. I think that this is a dangerous situation. I'm beginning to believe that this might be why we were hired in the first place.
I agree. This is a bad situation we find ourselves in.
This is a very bad situation. I think they weren't expecting us to live past the first day, so that's why they decided to pay us so much money.
Are we gonna have to fight our way out of here, Rory?
I mean, I don't see why. I mean, if we keep doing the things that he wants us to do, then the guard won't stab us. Although he did chop off Robot's hand outside.
Yeah. We chopped off Robot's hand?
Was that Jonas the player realizing that Paula didn't see that happen?
I'm curious about something. I don't remember asking this last session. Do I know who Lord Felix is? Because I'm from around here.
Make a lore.
I know the...
Yeah, make a lore roll and add 2.
You mean make a lore roll?
I should also roll my lore on him because now that I've like been acquainted with him in the room,
that's what I
want to see what I know.
Right?
I haven't put lore as a thing. I'm gonna say it's something I'm not trained in at all.
Okay.
No, yeah.
I don't think you would.
No. So I have a 1.
I also have a 1.
With your +2?
With my... What do you mean by +2?
I told you
You
roll
give
lore,
+2.
but you get to add 2.
Oh,
so
I
that's 3
missed that
total
part.
for you?
Yeah, 3 total.
Great.
Cool.
So you don't know anything about...
Cool.
You know him by stature, right? You recall now that there was a period of time where Lord Felix had crossed your desk a few times. Because you used to be a part of, not the military, but you used to be a city official in a violent capacity, like a guard, for example.
Yeah.
And you've seen this name, and you know for a fact that while this was a while ago, so you didn't have a really big role to play in this, but you were a part of the group that captured him. He used to be doing something, and you can't quite remember what it was, but it was really illegal, and you remember that happening at least twice. This guy, like you could have sworn that this was the picture of the guy who was doing the thing. And you remember some details about the information you had about him. He's dangerous, he knows magic, he's very arrogant, very high strung.
Well, magic's illegal.
Very twitchy.
You won't use it.
And he's, a snooty rich kid. Like, he buys the best of everything.
Right.
He seems to have an infinite supply of money. Not many people nowadays know where he gets it.
Because they're dead.
And you don't have any idea how he's not still in prison. Because you don't remember exactly what it was, but like he should have been gone for a while.
All right. First, I'm going to turn to Robot and say, so they cut off your hand.
Yes,
I'm sorry, I find that very funny.
that is correct. My hand, it is gone. Wait. No, I'm holding it.
So, do you feel pain?
No.
No.
Well, unless you mean emotionally, I feel pain for the loss of my hand. And that someone would do that.
Yeah, it's messed up.
Yeah.
All right. Well, hang out here for a bit.
What?
I'm going to go back inside.
I would also like to go inside.
And I just go inside.
Wait.
Okay.
I love you.
And I just... Okay. So I guess when I go inside, I see the dead body on the ground.
You go inside.
We're in the back, right?
You see 7 dead bodies.
Weren't we around the back? Or no?
No, we were
we
out
were in the front still, that's right.
Yeah.
Robot.
Leonetha's out back.
You go inside. The entire party turns to look at you, and Felix goes, "Eh."
Oh.
And one of the guards stands up and starts walking towards you.
There's that seat taken there, and I'm gonna go towards the table and just try to just walk right past the guard.
Okay.
Is this seat taken? Can I...
Roll physique.
All right. Physique.
Yep. Sorry, let me ask for a point of clarification. Do you mean you're going to try to avoid the guard, or you're going to try to smash through the guard?
Oh no, I'm not taking a longer way around, but I'm like just gonna walk by him without touching him. I'm just gonna ignore him.
Roll athletics then.
Oh, athletics, cool.
I thought you were gonna try to like hallway bump.
Oh,
you know what I'm talking about?
No.
Shoulder check.
Yeah.
Bad idea.
Shoulder check. Yeah.
Oof. Okay. But I have athletics, so that is a 0.
Cool.
You
plus 3 minus 3.
Wow. So the guard doesn't even realize that you're trying to go around him. That's how badly you fumble.
All right.
So you walk towards the guard and you almost fall into him catching you.
Okay.
And he holds you and says, "I'm sorry, sir. I'm going to have to ask you to leave."
Oh, me. I need to leave.
Yes.
I think you need to leave. And now I'm gonna throw him towards the door.
Okay.
This is happening faster
I love
than
the gumption.
I expected.
Oh my
Are we
god.
going to just find a way out of here?
You can roll athletics again.
Athletics again? Ah, much better. 6. Nope.
Oh my
5.
goodness. Okay, so you fall into the guard and you have this exchange with the guard, and you say, "I think you need to leave," and you like use your hands to like get on top of his hands. So now he's in your grasp, and you just take him and you throw him at the door. The door smashes down and like off of its hinges, and now he's outside.
All right.
And
now I'm
Robot's
just
like-
gonna make the rest of the way to the table.
Yeah, Robot would then notice and the two of you're still looking through the window.
Yeah.
You would see all this happen.
My thought would be like, oh my god, we gotta get out of here before I see that. And I'm like, that's cool.
We got this.
Roll a d4. Just one d4. This is just for 1d6.
Cool.
This is just for randomness.
2.
Okay, so you're gonna see it with your eyes and hear it through the crack of the door that you closed.
Cool.
I am also there. Do you want me to roll it?
Oh, I'm sorry. You're not in the bathroom.
I fall
I'm
back
so
to the
sorry.
kitchen,
I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
Do we hear
You're gonna
the
hear
crash?
the crash.
Okay.
Then. You're not
Cool.
gonna see it. You're gonna hear the crash.
Cool.
As that happens, all of the guards stand up, and Felix goes, "Oh, already?" The guards start walking over to you. The one... Sorry. The one who you threw at the door is slowly starting to stand back up.
Okay. Can I get to a seat before the guards get to me? Can I just
One of
sit down?
Felix's seats? Or just any seat?
At the table that he's at.
They're in between you and the table he's
Dang
at.
it, they're in between.
So no. They're all sitting with him, and so they're gonna like stand up and move towards you. So you're like walking towards them if you're going towards Felix's table.
Well, you can't go through them.
I can't go through.
You can't go
Around
them.
So
I see
you'll
2
have
options.
to go in
them. Or out of them. Either one
I mean,
works.
you could with like a
then the
weapon
other.
if you wanted,
But
that's your call.
Storm
Also,
the gates.
as soon as you do, finish it, do your whole.
Oh, I was just gonna start.
Wait, you just want to? I think you should go.
By the way, you could super have a fate point for that. Like,
Oh.
that was awesome.
Yeah,
that was so solid.
I was gonna say, like, pretty soon, at least Paulin would suggest we start going towards that sound, at least like looking to see what it is.
Yeah.
Can
So-
I say the guard that's getting up? This is Robot. The guard that is getting up off of the ground. Robot would like to take the hand he is holding and strike the guard on the head with it.
Oh, okay. Sure. Yeah.
Also, I super want to
Roll
know
to
how
attack.
to sit
However you feel like you need to attack him.
Can you remind me where I put fate points? Under refresh?
Yeah, you just increase your refresh. Oh, well.
I have a tally next to the refresh box of how many
Yeah.
I currently have.
Because your refresh is static, but it also represents how many fate points you get at the start of every session. So you need to keep those two numbers separate somehow. I don't think there's a place for it.
Refresh
Okay.
is 3 normally, right?
So I can
Yeah, it says it on
3
your
at the top,
sheet thing.
and that's static, and
Right.
then my refreshes are I can do that.
6.
A 6?
6.
He falls unconscious. Robot smashes him on the head and he goes thunk.
Cool. And then robot goes, cool.
Robot's weird. Robot's messed up.
I want to know that this sitting in a chair thing is going to go. Can we follow?
Okay.
that?
Yeah.
Yes.
So I'm just okay. I see that you're busy with all of your friends. Are these your friends? They're your friends. I see you're busy with your friends. I was just wondering if I know you from somewhere.
So Felix is looking at you while you say this, but he doesn't look like he's trying to respond to you. Instead, one of the guards that's walking towards you, as you say, you look familiar, I know you, kind of gets renewed, not vigor, but kind of realizes that he needs to kill you faster. Is the best way I can put it. Before you keep talking and say something to make Felix even more angry.
All right.
And so he pulls out a dagger out of each side of his belt. He has 2 daggers in his hands.
Ooh, this is cool.
And he runs at you.
Strider.
So he's going to make a melee attack against you, and you're going to have to defend that somehow.
Okay.
Would it be safe to say Paulin and Rory are watching through a crack in the kitchen door?
I think so.
'Cause that's,
After the crash, probably,
Yeah.
yeah.
I think we're watching, and I've begun sipping the iced water.
Drink it all up, Rory. That's for you now.
Got the ice machine working, I guess.
It was never broken.
So
This is a different voice for Paulin. It's more fun.
I kind of just want to. I want to do a throw again. So when they try to stab me, I'm just gonna
Really, most
take
of the
them
defenses against physical attacks.
like Jackie Chan style, where you're using their own body weight against them.
Yeah.
They go
Absolutely.
for you, and you just wrap them up in a sweatshirt, and you fling them into the ocean.
Ooh.
Cool. Did you do that?
That is a 1.
Oh no!
Oh, no!
Oh no!
What, are you using a thing that has a plus?
Yes.
What, a plus 3?
Yes.
Oh,
Shouldn't you be better at that?
I have better things that
Robert-
I could be using.
Robert has a plus
Haven't
4 for
started.
fight. That's what I use to conk
Nice.
guard on the head noggin.
I'm gonna say I'm gonna.
Okay, so as he runs at you, you make to grab him, and you grab him by the shoulders, but you grab him so high up on his shoulders that he still has full control over his hands, and he just guts you with 2 stabs
Okay.
in the chest.
Oh!
So you're going to take a physical stress.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
So you're going to mark
Alright.
that box on your character sheet,
Okay.
and then that's damage, basically. That's how damage works. If you have additional stress boxes, do you have physique on your sheet at all?
Physique.
Yeah.
No.
Okay. So then it doesn't matter. If you take over 2 physical stresses, you're going to get a consequence.
Ooh.
And then if you run out of consequence slots, you're done, basically.
All right.
Uh,
Can
And the
Does
consequence
physique-
is something like
Does physique have to be at a certain, does it have to be +2 or more, or can I put it at the +1?
to get another box, it has to be 2 or more.
Okay.
It says it on the cheat sheet if you
Oh,
look
okay.
under physique.
Dang.
Yeah, you get +1 stress box at average or fair. Sorry, I may have been wrong. You get +1 stress box at average or fair. You get +2 stress boxes at good, and then you get an additional consequence slot at superb.
Okay.
Winters?
Yeah. Since it came up, I'm putting it on fair.
Winters. I have a question
Yes.
for you. Do you have any stunts right now?
I do have a stunt. I have a couple stunts. Yeah.
Okay, are we're supposed to have 2 each, or how
3,
many?
right? It's 3, or you can have more and
Yeah, so
decrease your
3
refresh.
stunts is baseline, and you can take additional stunts on top of that, but you sacrifice refresh.
Okay.
So for every stunt you take past 3, you set.
So if you
take
have
one
2,
away.
okay, if you have 2 stunts, can I make a suggestion for a third one
Sure.
that I just thought
Sure.
of? Because you're an action hero, and that's your build, and in action movies and stuff, whenever the hero, the more hurt they get, the better they do.
Oh.
So
okay.
I feel like if this isn't a stunt you already have, I feel like
No.
the higher stress you
Like
have.
add your stress level to the roll or something?
Or something, I don't know. Just something that's you get a bonus for being
I like that.
Okay.
the
Yeah.
underdog.
Add 1 for
In worse
every
shape.
stress your character has,
Alright.
and that I think that'll apply for both physical and
Cool.
mental.
Cool.
I think that's cool because it's just like
It can be a plus, like, 6
if you're
at the end,
literally
but
about
you're-
to die,
Yeah.
like you're
Yep.
gonna scale hard.
Yeah.
That's cool.
I love that.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
Can
I kind of want to just. I just want you to do the rest of the fight.
Yeah.
Let's see. Calling this stunt for those who are about to die.
So we're not. I love that. We're not going to include consequences though, because that is a way to take stress damage and,
Okay,
and
yeah.
get like instead of being an inherent part of your character, you're taking a
Gotcha.
consequence. Like you have a broken arm now, and
Or
using
one-handed.
that to not die, basically.
Gotcha.
So instead of dying, I'm going to have a broken arm.
Gotcha.
So we're not going to count the consequences for that because that would make you wildly overpowered if you took two consequences. But I love the that's really good.
What did you name it, Chris? That William said Utu?
For those who are about to die.
For those who are about to die.
That's so beautiful.
But
Yeah,
there's
that's
no,
really good.
just winter.
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 And
Just the one.
let's also say that it's a bonus equal to the number of stresses your character has to physical checks.
Physical checks.
Yeah, so it's not going to
Alright.
be like lore checks and stuff like
Okay.
that. It's just like
Oh, yeah, just
dodging
like
and fighting and
Think
defending
harder.
and stuff
Yeah.
like that. Yeah.
I want to. What did he just attack Ethan with? Hunter with?
2 daggers.
2 daggers. I wanna study how this fool's using those daggers.
Okay.
I want to, like, from the spot. I want to
Yep.
like watch closely and study.
Okay.
So I'm gonna make that study
Insight roll.
And insight, that is okay. So +1. So 2 total. I'm gonna move my insight up to fair because that feels more. Insight feels more because I'm spending time studying people.
Sure.
I'm moving from average to fair.
Okay.
So that is 3 total.
Which is not something that's part of the game, but something that I've allowed the players to do because
I should
think-
actually. Can I do that?
Oh,
Like,
absolutely.
okay.
I said it in the first session that you're going to be changing stuff as we go.
It's true.
Then I'm gonna do it.
Yeah, so I've allowed them to do that because we're building our characters on the fly, and I just think it's a more entertaining game as they're learning how to play the game to let them just like, oh, my character would actually be this. And I trust them all not to metagame too hard. So,
Yeah.
you know, if
that?
you trust your players, I highly recommend you let them do the same.
So 3.
And if you don't trust your players, that's weird.
Why are you playing?
Three insight to see. So
To study his double dagger technique.
with an insight of 3, you know that he's not using fight, and you know that he's not good with fight. The skill in the game.
Okay.
But that's the only information you're gonna get.
Okay, cool.
Oh, yeah, I guess you could also tell that he's very skilled, incredibly skilled. Like this isn't somebody that you can scoff at. Like you as a level 10 character, just like player
Gotcha.
terms, aren't not afraid of him. You know.
Okay. So he's not using fight and he's really good at whatever he's using.
Yeah.
Cool. And then the way that, like, if I choose to, like, if I get a hold of his double daggers or 2 knives and use it, I can try to use his skill, but it's, how do we work out that that's going to
So
work mechanically?
if you succeed a roll,
Right.
you get. I think I may have changed this in between things. I don't
Sure.
remember how I did it last time, but if you succeed the insight roll, you get 3 numbers.
Right.
And the 3 numbers represent what the possible values for the skill in question are. So you get to know the skill and you get to know the 3 numbers. I think last time I said, like, the lower you roll, the less accurate the numbers are. But I
Gotcha.
decided to nix that and just not, you don't get any information
Cool.
at that point. And it's just like, you have to try again, basically. Like,
Cool.
you didn't learn enough from looking at them that one time.
Cool.
And then the more skilled somebody is at something, the more difficult. Like, it's going to be a fraction of the skill total,
Sure.
basically, is how that is
Cool.
going to work. And when I tested it a little bit, and it seemed to work fine, but if you feel like it's not working ever,
I'm going to keep
just
playing
let me
with it,
know. Yeah.
So this now, I would have to study him more to
Yeah.
do this. Cool. I'll keep doing that for a bit.
Cool.
Yeah.
So you did that. You did your thing. What are you up to?
So I guess I have some sort of inclination, like, because ordinarily my inclination would be to bail, to step out.
Sure.
But, and we're not like friends. We're not like pals,
Yeah.
but like we seem to be all in the same boat, and
Yeah.
we seemed to have succeeded last time. So I have kind of this inclination to try and get into the pub, because I know that's where you get. I mean, I know now that there's no. Maybe there is a delivery. Maybe there is a delivery.
Maybe you should stay. You should
However, yeah, the delivery is very, very
Yeah.
pressing. But I just like drop the gold and try and like I'm gonna try and slink in.
Okay.
And I guess since I live here, well, I've only been here for like a day.
Yeah.
Do I know how to get in, like, through the kitchen? Well, the delivery would have come in through the back.
Mm-hmm.
So that's where I'll go.
Yeah, you could do that.
So then I come up behind you guys in the kitchen. I'm like, what's up?
Sorry. You must be quiet. There are murderers in the main room.
Yeah, I saw the crazy action with Ethan.
Yes.
Or
Hunter
Ethanson.
Oh, Hunter Ethanson.
Yes,
That's right.
He's wonderful.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was.
I'm impressed.
I don't know. I don't know if I want to go out there. That's nice.
No.
I don't know.
I don't know how he's doing that with those daggers.
Leonetha, what can you do?
Well, I'm getting, like, radio silence right now. But, like...
Oh, from God?
Yeah.
Mm.
But we were set up. That's clear.
I think so, yeah. I think they they either wanted us to die or
they
are hoping that we succeed and take care of the problem.
Either way, we were super misled.
Yeah.
Yeah, not fun.
That's about as far as you got in the conversation. We're going to go back to you.
How many guards are there?
There's 4 total. There's one
Only
unconscious
4?
behind
Wait,
you,
what?
one with 2 daggers in your tummy.
I'm right there
and,
with you.
2 more walking towards you.
Okay. Okay, so, I want to, let's see. Use this guy as a pole, or one of those. I just want to like spin around with him to sort of throw him while I kick one of the others.
Okay.
And I'm gonna use lucky for
Okay.
this.
Make a lucky roll and make a physique roll too.
Okay, lucky and physique.
Yeah.
Okay.
Lucky's for doing the thing, and physique is for oh my god, and physique is for dealing with the daggers that will still be in your stuff.
Okay, so I got a 5 for lucky.
Nice.
Hold on. Before you say nice, isn't Lucky your top? Isn't it super? But also nice.
If it's a good number.
Yeah.
And
job.
a 3 for physique.
Okay. So
So-
you feel a wince of pain as you try and pull this maneuver off. You grab the guard that had stabbed you and you spin around and try and kick out at one of the other guards, which connects with his face. And he is going to... Nothing's really going to happen to him. He's going to just, like, it's going to hit him in the face. He's going to go look at you and just, like, okay, we're doing this.
Okay.
Like, he like, it got him in the mood, kind of,
Yeah.
to fight. To
All
fight! To fight. kind of.
Well, hey, we were all on the same page.
I know,
None of us thought anything.
I don't know about the internet.
Yeah.
It was all
I don't know
you.
about the internet.
I don't know about the internet either, but I can't base my life around that.
Yeah.
That doesn't work.
Cool. Okay.
The other guy, yeah, I tried to throw him.
Oh, the guy you were twirling around with.
Yeah, like I spun, like I was holding on to him and I spun to kick the one guy, and then when I finished my spin, just used the momentum to throw the other guy.
So long about, sir. Is Mario's voice
Preferably
copyrighted?
against the third guard.
You can. I'll give you an option.
Probably.
You can succeed with the consequence, or you could not have the thing that you want but not get a consequence.
For right now, I'm gonna not have the thing that I want.
Okay, so you try and throw him. You just kind of push off of him. He holds his ground. You land on your feet after
Okay.
kicking the guard. The,
And all the guards were like, "That was sweet, but it didn't do anything." It did nothing.
the other 2 guards are going to reach you at this point, and one of them is going to try to attack you with a broadsword that he had drawn from the back of his
All right.
like back scabbard thing, and the other one's going to start waving his hands in the air, like in a mystical fashion.
Oh, awesome.
You don't have magic, do you?
No.
Okay.
Nope.
Well, that's illegal. For one, just so you know, you're breaking the law right now.
What? Waving my hands in the air?
Magic. It's not.
Yeah,
it's
waving your
against the
hands
law
in the air.
here.
It's against the law for us.
Illegal.
This is footloose.
It's against the law for you.
Oh, I thought it was
Throw it, baby.
No,
Oh.
for
Swish,
you,
swish.
because you.
So,
are,
Well, I want to watch that guy swing the sword. That's
Okay.
all.
so as a counter, I'm just gonna redirect the sword into the magic user
okay.
Chop
Yeah.
the hands off. Chop the hands off.
with, I guess, with luck. If I should go with the highest skill, that's the skill
You
I
should
should
go with the highest skill. What's up?
That.
What's up, Buttercup?
That is 4.
Okay.
Oh my
I'm
god!
doing real good. I'm doing real good.
I got a 2 insight on watching this guy's sword.
It's okay, I did worse. So you're going
thank
to
goodness.
you're going to grab the sword that's coming for you. You're going to turn and just like it. You can't reach the other guard, but you've like flick his hand so hard that he lets go of the sword,
Breaks his wrist.
Nice.
and it lodges itself in the wavy arm guy's.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, I'm not
shoulder
learning
blades.
anything from that guy.
I just gotta say, Rory's like, there's a really big moment where Rory's just like, ugh, and then that happens, and Rory's like,
I
oh.
don't have to get involved at all.
As the sword lodges itself in the guard's shoulder, Felix finally stands up and he goes, "Enough of this. I don't have time for you." He grabs the sword that's in the guard's shoulder and he just rips it down through his body. He's almost cut him in half and he just drops it on the ground.
Oh, just okay.
He walks up to the guard that has basically lost his daggers in your stomach. He motions at your stomach. The daggers, not painfully, like not like dealing more damage, but like rip themselves out of your chest and fly, one to his hand, one on the floor next to him, and he stabs him in the skull. He falls to the ground dead.
Okay.
He drops the dagger onto the ground.
All right, what's going on?
He walks towards the last guard, the one with the broadsword, and he takes the broadsword from him and looks at it, and then he hands it back. The guard takes it and shoves it into his
What?
own stomach and falls onto the ground dead.
How many guards did he have before?
4. That was all of them. There's one unconscious
No,
outside.
no. I'm just thinking, how many of us are there? And
4.
yeah.
Felix is a magic user, right?
He just used magic.
Is he like? Are the guards kind of like charmed, or are they just doing this out of their own
Make a magic
devotion?
roll.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Oh, can I?
Is it scaled off of what I have, just in general,
No, yeah, definitely scaled off of what you have.
which is nothing?
Oh, then, yeah. Roll
You're
nothing.
magic.
With nothing. That's
You
fine.
added
You can roll things that you don't have. You just don't
No, I
add
don't.
anything.
I don't have magic.
That's fine.
Oh, yeah, you just don't get a
can
bonus
roll
to it.
things that you don't have. You
Yeah,
don't
just
get a
to
bonus.
check for like everybody. 1, 2, 3. 3.
I have a 4
The
for same, but
So your character thinks that last thing was very suspicious. You can't fathom somebody being that afraid of somebody else that they would just take their own life. What did you have?
Okay.
4.
Basically, I don't believe that.
Something's up.
You're like something's fishy, but you don't know
Okay.
how it's working. What'd you get?
4?
There's some kind of charm that's happening.
Okay. A charm.
I also got a 4.
Same.
Yeah.
Like there's some magic afoot, but you
Yes,
don't.
Charm.
You don't understand how it works. You don't understand how powerful it is. You don't understand like the nature of it. You're just like, that was very clearly a manipulation of a human being.
Leonitha Pullen, I sincerely think that was some sort of a charm or something. I think they're being manipulated by magic or of some sort.
More than
Is that what it was?
And as-
Something looked off.
Something
Yeah.
did look off.
As you guys are having this conversation, Felix is going to continue, walk up to you, and just stare you right in the face and say, "I don't have time for you. Do you not think that I did something to get my station? Do you not think that I deserve what I have? I very clearly
just came in
am
here to ask
capable."
you.
He snaps his fingers, and your mouth is just like not producing sounds anymore.
Do I get to roll against that?
Nope. Do you have magic?
No.
No, there's no.
Ah.
It's magic works differently.
Okay.
It's not all of it. Like if it was something to control your mind, then sure. But this is something that affects the environment around your mouth.
Oh,
like,
so this is
there's
like
no oxygen here anymore,
Yeah.
kind of thing. So how are you going to roll against that? Does that make sense?
Okay.
So unless you're a magic user, you're kind of at its whim.
Okay.
What was he saying? Oh, do you not think that I deserve what I have? I very clearly have some sort of talent. Why would you not take that into account when you make your choices? That doesn't make very much sense. It's very confusing. And he starts walking away from you. Like he turns back towards his table and starts walking away.
I am going to. He's just walking back to the table, is it? Or he's
Yep.
walking
He's just walking away from you towards the table.
towards the table?
You can attack him. You can roll insight to figure out why he's doing that. You
Yeah,
can-
insight.
Okay.
Are we
do
gonna
that.
try and maybe like get his attention, or are we just?
I think we should come up with some sort of plan. I don't know if a hunter can handle.
That was magic too.
Yes, he's doing illegal magic.
That is a 5.
He's walking away from you because he doesn't want to get his clothes dirty with your blood.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can you
Yeah.
roll
Me?
to not get hit in the head with a hand?
I'm going to roll perception to see if I have the opportunity.
Sure.
I rolled all ones, so no. I don't have the opportunity.
I want to
Wow.
look for a weapon
Okay.
in the kitchen wherever we are, or maybe in the. There was an office where there was the locked box of documents.
Yes.
and then that
Office.
box
Say that
ended
5
up
times fast.
the locked box of documents.
Lockbox.
I can't even say it.
Lockbox of docs and
I couldn't even say it one time slowly.
Yeah, I got caught up. But yeah, and also thinking that maybe. Well, no, Zarif was supposed to just show up at 6.
Zarif wasn't supposed to necessarily show up. Like, it's
We just
his
assumed,
place.
yeah.
Okay.
And his
Yeah.
lockbox
I may
of
not have
documents
caught-
He
is
may have
gone.
even told you that he was
I didn't
supposed to
know.
show up and just decided not to. Or he
didn't
might be
hear it.
coming in a
Oh,
minute.
no.
Like,
Just said lockbox.
You know,
Oh, okay. But I'm just gonna look for something
okay. In the kitchen or in the office?
in the office because I'm going for something I can aim with.
Okay.
Because I want my shoot to be all right.
Okay. We'll come back to that because you have to get to the office. So we'll let these two things resolve and then we'll come back to that.
Gotcha.
4.
To beat him in the head with the hand?
Yes.
Are you throwing it or are you?
Yeah, it's just being tossed.
Okay.
It's
So-
like it's like he goes to walk away and he's like, I just don't understand why. And the audience just hears.
Yeah. In almost slow motion. I really hope that translates. In slow motion, you did this like on cue. Like, it's so perfect. Almost in slow motion, the hand sails across the room, and this is Robot's strong. I assume.
Oh, Robot's
Robot's buff. So it's not slow, but like it feels slow motion because you're like, this is gonna start something we can't take back.
Yeah, like Rory's in the kitchen, like,
The hand sails across the bar, and like perfectly open palm smacks him right square in the face. Robot's wood,
yes.
and the hand's been detached for a while.
But the joints of the fingers are iron.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
oh, okay, perfect. We'll go with that. From where the hand connects to his face, and as it falls away, you see a single drop of blood.
Okay.
And Felix is going to. Oh,
Flinch.
it's the broken robot. Oh,
That's right.
I'm done with all of you. And he's going to hold up his hand to
I'm
the
gonna
wound on his head.
Uh-huh.
And his hand's it's gonna go from like, he's kind of, not graceful, but he's like very, very swishy kind of person. And it's gonna go from that to tight, like just straining. And as he's straining his hand, blood seeps from his own skull into his hand. And he looks at Robot, and Robot needs to defend against a projectile attack.
Okay.
I was going to say, Paulin did come through out of the kitchen and say, that's right. And then after that, he's just going to, if I can just like float back through, like under the door.
And then, if Rory knows magic, Rory can make a magic roll to figure out what this is.
Okay,
I
Rory
have
has,
a
Rory
good
has magic.
magic.
Rory has magic, and
But I'm sneaking away.
so remember that negligence we got in trouble for?
Yeah.
So are there still waitstaff around?
Oh, yeah.
Robot's just gonna pull a waitstaff in the way.
Really?
Human
Yeah,
shield.
Wow.
She's gonna grab someone and just put him in the way.
Okay.
All right. So I'll do that first. Well, okay. What would that be? What would I be using?
You would be using
Fight? That or
Creativity.
No, I think it would be athletics again.
Athletics?
To try and lift a person.
Okay.
Why don't you have athletics? Oh, you haven't put all your goods in.
Oh, I have.
Oh, that's right. You're okay. So that's a different.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't have athletics. Physical fitness.
Would physique
This doesn't make
sense?
you strong.
Or you use a physique is more for like.
Oh,
build.
maybe that's not the right thing.
No, that's not. I mean, maybe it is.
I just noticed fight is a thing.
You can use physique. You can use physique.
Okay, if I'm using physique.
Well,
then-
we'll call this a create an advantage roll, and you're basically creating cover for yourself.
Oh, okay.
For the duration of this one attack.
I rolled a +2,
Okay,
so I rolled a 2.
cool.
And I just- And I'll roll.
Okay.
I'll roll my magic as well.
Now, let me ask you a question about Robot and about Rory. Is this normal? Using like innocent bystanders as shields?
I mean,
yeah.
Remember that whole like casualties situation you
Yeah,
set up for us?
yeah. Is this part of that?
I don't know. I'll make that decision.
Is this something that happened during your original fight?
When we were
When
fighting that
innocent civilians
sorcerer or
died?
whatever? Yeah. I mean, like, yeah. I think
Because it doesn't have to be.
Yeah, no. I think Robot has a grasp on like the human condition, but like, I think it's just like a whoa, like a oh gosh,
Like he treats humans
grab the nearest thing, block attack.
when the chips are down, humans are tables.
I don't think it's like I don't think it's like
When the chips are down,
humans are tables. When the chips are down, humans are tables.
Okay, so
God, I love that. When the chips are down, humans are tables. That's an aspect.
Yeah.
cool. So Felix points with his blood-covered hand at Robot, and a bolt of blood shoots out of his finger. And maybe like a foot after it leaves his finger, it turns into a bolt of ice.
Oh no!
And pierces the person, goes straight through them, and hits Robot. Robot can take 1 stress.
That's fair.
Physical stress.
Yes.
Is that person doid? Dead?
Oh, that person
Doid.
very doid.
Cool.
Like, if they survived, you'd want to put them out of their misery, doid.
Old Yeller.
Well, that's all right.
Yeah.
I would like to take the shape of a person I've seen recently, though they died after being. Which one? I want to do one of his guards. Which one wasn't cut in half or stabbed themselves? There were 2 others.
There was the one that Robot knocked unconscious by the door.
I think that one.
Okay.
That one makes the most sense to me.
Also, my magic roll was 7.
This is what's called blood magic. Think of it in flavor similar to necromancy, but instead of like I'm making a deal with dark arts and stuff like that, your practitioners of blood magic inflict pain on themselves to appease demons, and then they use that appeasement, the pleasure they give the demons by hurting themselves to like draw on their power.
They're
and do
paying
magic.
a blood
Yeah,
price.
exactly. So it's really complicated magic. It's very wildly illegal everywhere. Like it's not even
That's
a joke.
illegal.
I knew it.
It's-
Yeah, Rory turns to
Like-
Leonith is like, this bloke pees on demons.
I don't know how that's.
Oh, sorry, appeases demons.
There you go. There you go.
Did you say 2 different things just now?
You would also just kind of by default know what this is. I think this is something that your character
Okay.
knows about.
As soon as I
Because of-
see it, I'm like, oh.
Yeah, and this is something that you like want to cleanse from the world. Not like kill the
Yeah.
person, but like whatever the source of this magic is has to go away.
Because the demons
Yeah.
are at odds with the god.
Yeah,
that
exactly.
I'm connected to.
Yeah. At odds with gods, period.
Yeah, yeah.
Like all of them. You have no idea what you just saw because you're still in the room, and you
I
Well,
want
I
to
mean,
look like
are
the guard.
shape-shifting. So,
Yeah.
but you closed the door after. Okay,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
you saw that.
So
but you
I'm
don't know
doing
what is.
it. I'll take like a second to do it.
I mean, I feel like I can deduce he used blood
To do
and
magic.
made magic. I'm like,
Some kind of blood magic.
some kind of, yeah.
I mean, it's complicated, but it's no documents in a lockbox kind of thing. I don't know.
I mean, sure, like you'd know the name and you'd know it's illegal, but you don't like understand what it's capable of.
Yeah,
Like,
Yeah.
It doesn't necessarily affect your knowledge base now, but like if you want to try and figure out
That's
stuff
where
about it.
I know him from. That's what I know him.
Probably.
That's what it was.
Blood magic guy.
He's the blood magic.
Oh,
guy.
yeah.
Blood guy.
The blood magic guy.
So my thought for doing this is like, because I want it to be a role thing, like because I didn't see this person for very long, like I got a glimpse of them.
Yeah.
And there are a lot of great reflective surfaces in here to use as a mirror. But can I roll creativity to try to like recreate, maybe
Yeah.
mold myself?
Yeah,
'Cause,
yeah.
Like I know what he looks like.
Yeah.
But just to actually build it. Okay, that is 1 + 5 is 6.
Nice. You think you got a pretty good likeness? Like you, after the encounter that you had last session with the guard who felt your armor and it was cloth, you like double check everything to make sure it's the right
Yep.
consistency, and then you're like, okay.
I notice I'm wearing
Good.
my magical, colorful tie as well, so I take that off and pass it to Rory. It would blow my cover.
Rory will put on the second tie. 2 ties. 2 tie Rory.
Rory Two Ties.
Rory Two Ties. What do you think, Roro? And you know what, Leonetta, I still don't like you, but I think I need your counsel.
Sure,
What
okay.
can I do with all of this?
The like armor and stuff.
So
She's left you.
Oh, that's right. She's
She
gone.
went to the office.
Oh wait, we didn't roll to
Yeah,
see if I
so let's do
succeeded.
that
That's right. So I will turn and say all that though, and I'll keep turning circles until I see Leonetta or finish talking.
Yeah. She'd be like, yeah. Anyways, like, let me know when. And I'm just like out
Yeah.
of the room or something. Okay,
Not even a hint of her. She's,
what am I rolling for?
investigation.
Okay.
I think it's called investigate actually, but we're
Uh, 1. Okay, 1. -2.
Ooh.
Oh!
My investigation,
Oh!
Okay.
I think personality-wise is pretty low.
Yeah.
Anyway, so fits the character. Not particularly lucky today,
You found a magic wand.
and I can't use it.
That's what you found.
Okay.
Try to use it.
You found a magic wand.
And I'm like, I gotta get this to Rory.
Ooh!
Okay.
Because this is who I could do. Because another thing I thought is, because I was looking for like a bow and arrow or something
Yeah.
I could shoot.
No,
But
I
as
know.
soon as I see the blood magic, I'm like, if you spill more blood, he has more like ammunition,
Oh.
basically. So I'm like thought to look for maybe like a blunt weapon or maybe something to strangle, but
I didn't even have to tell her that. She didn't have to roll for that. She just was like, "Dink," and I was like, "Oh yeah, that's,
Yeah,
that's true."
I wasn't even thinking about that.
is that something you would roll for?
No, I mean,
No,
if
like-
you wanted me to tell you, yeah, but you just figured it
Yeah.
out, which is totally cool. Like that's super chill.
Because it's playing
It's-
out like
it's-
a book I'm reading.
It's
on
it's
the
super
screen
reasonable
in
for
my
you to
head
have
right
just
now.
figured that out too, like
Yeah.
character wise, because you're like, I know what this is. We
Yeah.
can't hurt him unless we're gonna, patch it up afterwards. There can't be any blood
This
because
one.
hey, guess what? Blood magic.
Blood magic.
This
Okay.
wand can be really useful as long as it's not one from the Wizarding World of Jerry Plotter.
Nice 90-degree angle there. That was good.
Dairy's hotter. How do you say on words? Hashtag.
I think
So sorry, you said you're
Oh, yeah.
you're gonna try and find Root or
Sorry,
Rory.
just derailing.
Take this
over.
No, it's cool.
back to Rory. And, like, I guess I have to find out if I'm successful. Slinking back into
Yeah,
the
go ahead
kitchen
and roll
where they
criminal really
are.
quick.
I'm a criminal.
Nothing.
I'm a criminal.
-1. 1.
Make the hard move. Make
Those
the hard move.
breaks.
We'll come back to that.
Okay.
cool.
What are you doing?
Something about this situation makes me really want to just use kicks. So I kind of want to.
You're just in the mood for kicks.
I'm just in the mood for
Something
kicks.
about the
Wow.
situation
You're
makes
gonna
me
kick
really
this.
just want to use
I
kicks.
want to kick something.
Kick
those
something.
kicks.
Uh,
66.
That's a stunt. I want to kick something.
So I'm just gonna I'm gonna take a running start. I sit like
I can kick.
and I'm gonna just jump and kick him in the chest. like to send him flying back.
Okay.
You can jump.
So
Do you want us to be an initiative or something? Or
No, this is working.
Okay,
Cool.
great.
I'm just gonna use.
I agree,
fight.
but I just wasn't sure.
I'm gonna use fight for this
Cool.
because I realized it was there and I added it to my. Ooh, that was a good roll. That's a good roll. That's a 7.
Whoa!
Wow, okay.
Oh, and if I'm adding physical stress, that's 8.
Oh, dang.
Wait, can I
Right.
use stunts anytime, or do I have to mark off a fate?
Stunts are free. Aspects are fate point
Okay.
costing.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
But the difference between a fate or an aspect and a stunt is that stunts are usually like multifaceted in the sense that you can. Did you just open this stream?
Yeah, but I'm changing
for
it to
chat.
like chat only.
Ah,
Just keep an eye.
I just realized. I'm so sorry. You reminded me. My magic check to see the blood magic stuff.
Yeah.
That was a 7.
Uh-huh.
It's actually a 9 because I get a +2 on checks against this dweeb.
oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
This dweeb.
Really?
So that's 9.
No.
9's amazing.
Nine
found out
is
he's a
amazing.
dweeb.
9 is the best I
I
could
succeeded
roll.
with style. I think.
No, you did, and you're gonna get the thing that I was gonna give you if you had succeeded with style before. The source of the magic is not him. He does not inherently know magic. He's drawing magic from another source on his person.
Oh, I love +9.
I wish every day was like this.
I wish every day was a +9.
Yeah.
So
Okay, back to you. Back to you in the studio.
sorry.
yeah. So I just kick him in the chest.
Oh, you kick him in the chest.
Flying kick.
So you kick him in the chest.
And this, you hear the sound of a hawk.
As your foot makes contact with his, like you feel it go in, you feel it compress him, and you feel him take the brunt of the blow. But there's very clearly something else resisting you there, like not the cloak he's wearing, not him. So you didn't deal as much as you think you did, but he definitely felt that.
I would like to, unless in the time since last, like I talked and spun in circles, Rory has a plan for Pollen and the disguise. I have something that I want to do, but
I will let. I'm gonna say before, because you were both there when I did the magic check. I do want to just like retcon and say that I informed you like the magic's not from him, it's from something on his
That's
person.
fine.
Right.
We need to find the thing. We need to get it off, and we need to like destroy it or something. I don't know. I don't know what it is.
Cool.
so
The end.
End of
Cool.
flashback.
Yep.
so I'm gonna go out of the kitchen. I think. Yeah.
Yes.
I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna leave the kitchen, and I look like that guard, what unconscious by door. I want to walk out, and I want to like pretend to take stock of the scene, and then look at Hunter and like charge Hunter and try to just like grapple him.
Okay.
And do all this, making the Lord think. So
That you're.
Well,
Then
I
I
have
am
no
the
idea
guard.
what this is,
Right.
so I am going to defend.
Yeah.
Do me a favor. Roll insight first.
Okay, insight first. That doesn't look good. -1 plus. That's a 2.
Okay, and you go ahead and roll deceive.
Cool.
By the way, I moved my insight down 1 to put my fight at a higher level.
Okay.
So that's a 1.
Okay. You know this is pollen coming to town.
Oh, okay.
I would like Robert to also Robot to do an insight. I'm gonna do an insight. That's a 1. I got a 1.
Can I do anything I can't do?
You tied.
Oh wait, I have ambiguous form.
You have ambiguous form.
So I have a +2.
Okay.
So 3.
3. You don't know that this is pollen. You
Oh.
think this is the guard
Great.
Okay.
Okay.
charging to you.
Oh, good
Wait,
job.
was
Right.
it the guard or was it that cook that cut? Or
The guard.
There's
There's the
Okay,
guard,
it's
the one that's
that you
unconscious
Yeah.
outside.
yourself
Okay.
The
knocked
one that
out.
you threw
Yeah.
through the door, and then
Alright.
robot knocked
We
out.
weren't paying attention to the face.
So
All right.
I charge for Hunter Ethanson.
Those double first names, man.
And my plan is, and was even before, was always to, when I get to Hunter, I want to like grab him, like I'm gonna toss him and say, "Hey, it's me, Pollen. Just go with it." And then I want to toss him as much as I can without hurting him as possible. I
Okay.
want to just sell it, but
Okay.
Roll athletics
cool.
I am also going to roll athletics.
to
to resist being held and thrown before I find out that it's possible.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to make.
The action part of this is definitely going to take place before the conversation sinks in.
Can I just say? Can I add to this? Like as it's happening, like kind of like bullet time wise, you are hearing like a.
Okay. A robot charging.
It's not like a robot is like charging for this guard as well.
I dig it.
Because I also rolled below what you rolled. So.
And I didn't tell you. So
yeah.
So
anyway, 2
-1.
Oh, cool. So you go to try and grab. How would you react to this guard running up to you?
And
trying
very
to-
I think the same way I reacted to just about all the other guards. I'm gonna throw. I'm gonna do a throw.
Where are you gonna try? Like towards.
So Pollen comes at me. They come at me, and I see them coming. And I just grab their collar.
As I'm saying, where's me, Pollen, go with it.
Over me. You're over. You just.
So are you throwing him towards Felix or not towards Felix?
I guess it depends on which direction they were coming from.
I was running to knock him away from Felix.
Because if they came from behind or from the side, I'm just keeping them going in their same direction.
Okay, so you're basically moving perpendicular to Felix, right?
Yeah.
So
Cool.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So you throw him over you. You land on a table. Roll.
Paul.
You're out of your Pollen.
You know what? I'm gonna use this way. Roll physique.
Roll physique.
Yeah.
You fool, that's my +1. Ha.
Wow!
Ha. Ha. 3.
Okay, you land on a table and it breaks under your weight.
Cool.
You kind of like get the wind knocked out of you a little bit, but you don't
I
take any
get the
damage.
pollen knocked out of me.
You get the pollen knocked out of you. You get the spores knocked out of
Spores
you.
knocked out of me. Normal guard. I'll lay there for a second. Then I want to sit up and I want to take stock. What is Little Lord Dude up to right now?
Little Lord Dude.
Yeah.
And actually, can I roll insight to see if he believes that I am a guard? Is that
Sure.
yeah?
Give it a round.
Okay.
Give it a round. You can roll it around.
Okay.
Give it a what?
A
Give it a
round.
round.
Yeah. Like one more thing. Of
One more
everybody
go?
going.
Cool.
Yeah. Okay. So, the last thing he did was attack Robot. He wanted to attack Charlotte, but I sort of forgot why. What did you do?
Well, wait a minute. I
Charlotte
found the magic
found the
wand.
Yeah.
I was going to make my way to the kitchen. I don't think anyone
Yeah,
We didn't
sure.
resolve.
see me.
We didn't resolve the.
Yeah, I told you let's wait because you got a low stealth roll.
Yep.
Yes,
And
it was
he saw
a
you.
1.
Yeah, he saw you.
Okay, and that's
he
fine.
saw you running. That's what it was. So he's gonna turn to look at you and go,
And I have a wand.
I don't like that smell.
What smell, boss?
He's gonna he's gonna look at you. He's gonna look at you and
Okay.
snap his fingers. Roll athletics.
Oh boy.
Is this something? Is this something that Robot was charging towards? You, I believe in the zero session you said that we can use defend on anybody's turn.
Oh.
Yes.
Can Robot get in the way of something, or is this something that's just going to affect?
She's
Ultra?
behind the bar. You would be able to. I'd say you could roll like
Don't worry about it.
really high to do it, but normally yes, you can interpose yourself if it makes sense in the
Well,
situation.
I don't even know if Robot has seen Ultra or
Sure. Yeah.
Leonetha. So
If you want to like roll
yeah,
perception,
I'll
see if
do
you.
a perception. Oh gosh!
Oh no,
Jesus.
dice everywhere.
jeez. Oh, God.
Jesus.
Spaghetti everywhere.
Just mom spaghetti.
Oh wow. Yeah, that's -1.
Oh yeah,
Did you roll.
I think you rolled a 1, right? Or something?
3.
A 3. Yeah.
My athletics are 3, right?
Still way.
Or no.
Oh, that
That's
your
like a
previous
+1
thing
to
was like a.
I actually
It doesn't
didn't.
matter.
Yeah.
Robot's focused on
Not that I can.
Felix.
On
I
punching
don't know how many skills
or
we
tackling
do.
or whatever.
I'm
you
gonna
want.
football
you
check you. That's my
Whichever
plan.
one's
Yeah. Did you?
and then you can put
I
1 at
see.
5 because he
1
said-
at 5.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I'm gonna do. I was doing this all wrong. Not like all wrong, but
I was doing all of this wrong.
Wrong-ish.
She was just drawing pictures of it on the character sheet.
wrong.
Like, yeah, just put down whatever box you want. It's just like a drawing of some polygons. And stuff. It's like, yeah, okay.
Did you make an athletics roll?
Yeah, it's 3.
3. Okay.
That's the 3. Yeah.
Underneath where you're standing, just as you jump out of the way, a burst of flame catches the back of you and lights you on fire. It doesn't do damage to you immediately, but you're going to have to spend your next turn putting it out.
I'm on fire.
You're slightly on fire, yeah.
Yeah.
Like your
Okay.
clothing.
I'd say like medium on fire. Like,
Sure.
you know.
I'll take it.
I don't know how to describe the
You're gonna be
magnitude
on
of somebody
fire.
being on fire.
What, your purse, like what is on your person is on fire?
Yeah.
Your person
Not
is
me,
not.
just yet.
Yes, that's good. Thank you. I like that.
It'll change
Your shit's
if I
lit.
don't do something.
Your shit's lit, you're not.
You should let you chill.
Since Robot has so much momentum, what's Robot up to?
Okay, so Robot is full on, like, gonna, like, linebacker, just nail Felix.
Sweet. Let's do a physique and an athletics roll.
Okay, so the physique's gonna be a 1.
Okay. And an athletics.
Well, let's see here. Whew, hold on. Can I use fight? Is that
Yeah,
Yeah.
sure.
okay? Well, if that's the case, that's a 3.
Okay. You charge towards Felix, and Felix sees you coming, like hears you coming from a mile
Yes.
away. Sees you coming soon enough to just step out of
Yeah.
the way, and you just go whoo, right past it, and you tumble over and fall
Onto a table.
onto a table, which is destroyed.
I've got him, boss! And I want to jump off the table I'm on and run over to Robot and just, like, crouch over and start, like, just, like, grab his neck and pretend that I'm just, like,
Choking him.
choking.
Okay.
And get really close and intimidating and say, it's me, Pollen.
Roll
Just go with it.
deceive.
Cool. That is a 1 plus 2, 3, plus 3, so 6.
Nice.
Because
So
of ambiguous form.
wow.
we're gonna call that you created an advantage
Okay.
of what do we call it? Disguised. So you now have created an advantage which places an aspect onto Felix that's called disguised, or I guess it would be Pollen's disguise.
Okay.
Because it has to reference you somehow.
Cool.
That says Felix believes you to be one of his guards.
Cool.
And treats you as though you're one of his guards. I mean, I don't think
Sure.
it has to have a numerical value because that's
Gotcha.
really silly. But
But
just
that's
like
cool.
that's the
I have
thing.
now achieved that. He wasn't
Exactly.
sure.
Yeah.
But now it seems
Yeah.
cool. Whether I was before, I am now one of his guards.
Right.
Not that I have to do this, but can I roll to do a deception really quick? I want to do the roll and then I want to say what I'm about to say. Is that okay?
Yep.
That was bad.
Why did you want to do it the way you did it?
-2. Okay. So that has happened. This shouldn't be too big of a deal. But yes, you do that, and as soon as you're like, it's me, Paul, and just go with it, Robot's like,
Oh no, don't do that to my neck.
So-
You hear about some squeezing the life out of his
my greatest
lungs.
My greatest weakness is being strangled.
because of the way that Felix and Robot have met, which was outside, and
Yes.
like in that ridiculous situation where he asked for Felix's ID, Felix doesn't notice. Like
Cool.
he's just like,
Nice.
yeah, that's how that robot talks. That robot's dumb.
I am dying.
Die faster, fool!
Actually,
will.
can I roll an insight on this?
I'd
Or
say
can I just-
I'd say
You
when
know I'm
Robot,
Pollen.
I'd say the second Robot
Well-
starts talking, you're all would be like, that's Pollen.
Okay.
Because like you know
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
know
I'm in a pollen.
you know the way, like, you've been working together long enough and, like, have known each other long enough that you know each other's intricacies.
Alright.
So, I don't want Pollen's transforming to be, like, a thing that gets in your way.
Okay.
I want that to be
Unless I roll bad.
All right.
a good mechanic for Pollen, not something
Yeah.
that causes
So
you
as
guys a
soon as
lot
I
of
started
difficulties.
hearing,
unless
as
you
soon as
roll
I started hearing Paul and Robot talk, I was like, oh, that just happened. That
oh,
was,
that thing that we
okay.
did that other time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So now you're like,
I threw
oh,
Paul.
click.
Okay. Yeah.
Yep.
Like I face Paul.
So
So you've created an advantage.
Where's Rory in all this?
Rory's in the kitchen. Rory's gonna, I guess, like, step out.
Okay. So right before you step out, you walk into the kitchen with your wand.
Oh, so we just, like, hit
Yeah.
each other?
Yes. And then you both die.
You run into me, and
Because
you run in. Hold on.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Okay, I would be fine making a roll for this. Or actually, you know what? Screw you. I'm using a fate point. You run into me, and the water I was holding just puts the fire out on your back.
Thank you.
Yeah, okay, I can get behind that.
Like, because I'm going out of the kitchen, I'm still holding this stein of water that I've been sipping out of,
That's
and
great.
so like I'm about to go out, and you just like bump into me, and I pour the water on you, and I put the fire out.
I took that.
Okay.
I took that a lot. So you are totally fine now. You don't have to worry about the whole fire situation.
But also what I did is I did my skills correctly, finally. And I did give myself athletics a +1. It's average.
Okay.
So,
Cool.
but I don't think that really would change what happened to me. And
No.
now I don't have to deal with it at all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you
Moving
go.
forward.
Problem solved. So you were trying to find Rory for the wand, right?
Yeah, and what I did is I stepped out and the dude saw me and started to, it didn't like my smell.
Yeah.
And cast fire.
Sorry. So you'd know the slang like in demonic circles is that holy things have a smell and it smells bad. So like that's what the reference to
And we
smell
did-
is.
and
Is
when
that
I
like
was, like,
you
saying the
smell
magic
like
thing-
holy stuff and
Yeah.
I don't like that.
Yeah, and they...
Yeah.
Yeah, but so we bump into each other. I'm sorry. I'm
Thank
sorry. I just
goodness,
spilled
that
water
could have
on
been
you. That's fine.
really bad. Did you
What?
see this?
No.
Look at these burn marks.
Oh, well, I'm no longer sorry that I spilled the water on you. Okay. Set the sign off to the side. Oh, what are you holding? Is that
was-
a pencil?
No, is this a wand, right?
Is it?
You know it's a wand. Yeah.
Okay.
Intuitively, it is a wand.
Okay,
I guess
here's the
I
thing.
would know that
I just
too.
know your
Yes.
investigation was really bad, and you said you found a wand. So
That would be such a good.
No.
It's a stick.
the
No.
whole time in my
That's a
GM mind, I was like,
sorry.
what's happening?
No.
That's a candy thermometer.
Close, but
sorry.
Okay, I grabbed the wand. I'm like, oh yes, this one. I guess I'll roll magic on it.
Sure.
Okay. Oh, who did? Oh,
Wasted it.
oh, I really did.
Yeah.
Really wasted it there.
Here, give me that one.
I'm gonna tell you right now, Will.
No.
Whatever roll you had, it's probably gonna be fine.
Okay, 2.
Yeah, you're good. It's a wand of seasoning.
Oh, rip.
Oh.
Like Southwest.
You could try it and find out.
Yeah. Lemon pepper.
And so like I do that. I'm like, oh. Put it on my tongue for a second.
Your tongue tastes like salt.
Yeah.
The salt stick.
I'll just throw it.
Yep.
Trap.
All right. Well,
Use it in the water.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
I'm gonna poke out just to like see what's happening again.
And you see me kick him in the face. I'm like, you don't like certain smells? Whack!
Try to smell without a
and
nose.
that's
I'm gonna kick your nose off.
that's gonna be with fight.
Yeah.
So,
What up? What's that roll?
Is math this?
I guess.
that's a 2.
It's a 2. So you go to kick him in the face.
Oh wait,
you kick
3
yourself.
because I
Right,
have
right.
3 because of that.
Stress.
right, because you took a stress.
Yeah,
Uh,
3 for those who are about to die.
since it's possible now. 0. Oh, negative. Wait, what? Math is this hard.
It is. It really is.
Because 2 things equal 1 result. It's hard.
Right.
It's difficult for me
Yeah.
to.
Yeah.
That's why it's. I just want the normal dice.
Technically, 3 things equal 1 result.
Oh.
'Cause
I don't know what you mean by that, but
the negatives and the positives, and then your additional.
no, I'm just saying there are 2 values on the dice that have the same value.
Oh, yeah.
When you're
Okay.
adding stuff, which
Yeah.
throws me off a little bit. So you go to kick him in the face. He tries to duck, but your the heel of your boot still catches his forehead, and this time you
Okay.
feel it connect and
Nice.
hit his skull, and he starts to bleed from his forehead.
All right.
Ooh.
Boss, I think we should get you out of here. Or do you want me to kill that flying man?
I'm so dying.
Roll. I think this is, and tell me if this is okay with you. When you speak, that there's another roll involved.
Yeah. Well, I don't think I heard this guy talk, so definitely I think I should roll.
I mean, you heard him scream. You at
That's
least
true.
know if
I heard
it's
him
like
scream.
a manly voice or like.
So you know how to scream.
Yeah, you know how to. Just stare at Felix and scream.
Then no, I'm gonna say I was gonna. I'll say what I said. Screaming and pointing might be a better choice from now on.
Fair enough.
But yeah, I think if I say something, I should roll deception.
Yeah.
Unless this works, then maybe not.
I'm going to say that you do it once, and
Okay.
that's the result.
Sure.
Like,
Cool.
whether or not it succeeds, that's how it works until
Cool.
you change again.
All right, rolling deception. Now I can use a fate point to like add a 1 to it or something, right? If I
You can use a fate point to add 2? Hold
Okay.
on, give me 1 second.
I'll roll for a second.
Yeah, yeah.
But well, I'm doing deception, so I definitely want to use a fate point.
2.
2
Plus 2 per point spent.
Oh, if I am invoking an aspect.
Yes.
Which I think. I mean, unsteady form. I am using the fact that I like. Actually, let me do. I'm a monster. Like I want to try to like actually embrace the fear that I innately can cause to people, and I want to like. Not intimidate him, but set an aura of like I am a guard
Confidence.
in rage.
Yeah.
I'm ready to
like
do
this
you
is
know?
a fight, and I am comfortable in fights,
Yes.
and I am
I want to act like a monster.
mean and stuff.
So invoke I'm a monster.
Okay,
Act like a monster.
I totally buy that.
Cool.
So you add 2. What's the total?
It's 4 total.
4 total. Okay.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
And I'm sorry. One more time. What were you saying?
I say, I think we should get you out of here, boss, unless you're going to kill that flying man.
So he fully believes that like you're his guard.
Cool.
And he says, "No, moron. He's only making me stronger." And he draws the blood from his forehead.
Good. You're right, boss. Good thinking. I'm going to punch him right in the face.
Felix?
Yeah.
Okay. Sure.
As hard as I can. We roll fight.
Wait, so what is that advantage we had? What's the you said last time he had made Pond had made an advantage or something?
That Felix treats you as though you are his guard,
Yeah,
which is
that's not-
vanishing
yeah.
right.
Well, maybe.
Now.
So I'm rolling fight, and so I have a -1 because when I'm holding a shape that I'm not used to, I have a -1 to physical actions, which I should have used earlier too. But okay, so that's 2 plus fight is 5.
Nice.
Yeah, and my goal is to hurt him as much as possible and make him bleed as little as possible. But I want to make him doing the opposite. I don't know. I guess. You know what? I don't think I have a way to do that. I'm just gonna hit him on the side of his head.
Do you want to?
The opposite side from where he's bleeding.
I'll let you use that roll next turn to punch him if you're in a position to punch him. If you would like to take this turn to try to figure that out with a roll.
Sure.
Okay.
Sure. I will do that. Would that be creativity? No, creativity wouldn't.
I would take fight.
Fight. How about luck?
Oh, I'll take a luck roll just right now, and we'll do it all in the same
Let's
turn.
see if I happen
But do you
to do
remember
this
the
well.
consequence for luck?
Is
that all consequences
High
are
risk, high
very
payoff.
high consequences?
I mean, so here's the thing. Here's my thought process here. I and Paulin decided to hit him, and then I and Paulin decided to try to do this in a specific way.
Yeah.
I think luck is required to succeed in that. To hurt him as much as possible without making him bleed a lot.
Yeah.
I think I have to get lucky. So I'm gonna roll luck to do that.
Okay.
When I hit him with the 4.
I don't necessarily agree with the fact that there aren't other ways to just like consciously make a choice.
Yeah.
I'm going to do this to you instead of doing something else, and that's
Sure.
going to result in less blood.
I'm just thinking. I don't know that
I think-
Paulin would have the moment to.
Sure,
think and do
I
that.
super get that, but I think the mechanic for luck is still going to stand.
Yeah.
Okay, as
For
long
sure.
as we're
No,
okay
I
with
want
that.
to do it. Yeah.
By the way,
Luck-
speaking
luck-
of the mechanic for luck, is there a reason why it's the lower result instead of the higher result?
Yeah, to make it harder to get a good result because it's strong.
Okay.
Because you can use it for everything in the game.
That's true.
It's to make it so that it's not a good idea to just get.
Come on.
Okay.
I rolled
That
I
makes
rolled
sense.
plus
Yeah.
3 and -3. So it became a total of -2.
Okay,
Rip.
well, Ripperoonies.
So he's
Rip
gonna
Pollen,
bleed.
Rip
Yeah,
Pollen,
he's
Rip
gonna-
Pollen.
You,
I was going for the side of his head that wasn't currently bleeding.
okay. So you're going to try and like punch him.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to lose your footing halfway through, and you're going to kind of instinctively open your hand and clench out towards Felix.
Great.
But instead of grabbing onto Felix, you rake your hand across his chest and leave 5 fingernail-sized gashes running along the front of his chest.
Bleed, boss! You'll kill them faster!
He looks at you. Well, okay, we'll come back to that.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Let's go back to the two of you.
Okay.
This
You
is my
have
phase.
a seasoning wand.
I guess
Seasoning.
A wand of seasoning. You could make things taste real good.
Salt in the wounds. or you could put flour and like cake up the wounds so it doesn't bleed.
You super good. Try.
My character probably is not thinking of that.
That's out of character.
That's baker's knowledge.
Yeah.
Oh no. Oh boy. Well, someone with magic's got to get out there, I suppose.
They still.
magic.
Was it Pollen did the scratches, or was it Robot?
Yeah, it was
Okay.
Olive. Yeah.
What's Robot doing right now again?
Robot was being choked to death by
By
pollen.
pollen.
Right,
And then
right,
Pollen
right.
got up to try and convince, and he succeeded in convincing
Felix.
That
he was really
he
a
was
guard
the
on his side.
And then
stuff.
he promptly tried to punch Felix in the face, and then
Oh yeah.
Okay.
raked him across the chest.
Which I
instead.
think.
Well, my knowledge
That's a
is
good
just
idea.
like we need to get these wounds sealed. I mean, like it's, sounds weird to say, but this is our enemy. We need to get these wounds sealed up because the power has just been like amplified because now you have like, streams of blood.
Is he bleeding from the nails?
They aren't streaming, but
Okay,
this is
but it
something
is
that this is something that your character would know. They aren't streaming blood, but that's not necessary. It's just a place to access blood.
Basically,
yeah.
So just like we got to get
Would
those wounds
I be
cleaned up.
able to do some sort of like a sealing of some wounds with? But what can I do with my magic?
You can. So the way I see your magic, because you don't have a stunt for like casting magic spells or anything like that.
I
Right?
have a stunt that I've given myself.
What is it?
It's beauty and the best, and it's just my ability.
Be our best.
It's my ability to create small to medium sized sentient objects.
Yeah, that's exactly how I see your magic. You have like an arcane magic built around construction, engineering,
Yes.
like those kinds of things. So if you can justify creating a spell like that helps you in this situation, like say what it does.
You would be
can make
in your element
all
doing
of the
that.
like household things dance and sing. Be our best.
So it's more like informational in nature.
Sure.
Is a really big part of the stuff that you could do on the spot, and stuff that's like preparatory in nature. Like I'm going to sand a piece of wood, or I'm going to like stuff like that.
Yeah, I
those
get
are
that.
like the instantaneous actions. The things that like animate stuff, those are like ritualistic in nature and take time.
Take time for sure. Okay. Well, if that's the
But they're
case,
also like permanent and
Yes.
like bestow sentience. So it's
I mean,
just
like
kind of
robot.
sentient.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
A sentient candelabra that
Yeah.
will go over and cauterize his wounds.
Yeah. Give them a couple weeks, boom, done.
Yeah.
Or sorry, give her a couple weeks.
Then I do have. So what are you good with? Like, what would you benefit from? Like weapon wise.
Oh, bow and arrow probably.
Okay. I do have like my superb is crafting.
Okay.
Blunderbuss.
So can I like figure out how to make Leoneth a weapon?
Yeah.
Of some sort out of like the kitchen materials?
Yeah. Roll a investigation roll first.
Okay. Why have you done this to me?
It's not like they have them lying
It
around.
makes sense. It makes sense. Hey, wow, okay.
Hey. Sometimes dice are in your favor.
Well, 3?
Okay, close enough.
That's not that bad.
That's not bad considering it's a 0.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
no, that's cool.
All right.
You find components that would make something bowish, like butcher's twine and like a piece of like an umbrella that might be flexible enough to do the thing if you craft well enough.
Yeah.
You don't think this is going to last forever.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, then can I do a craft?
Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna try and craft you a bow and arrow or something. I guess
Okay.
like some kind of a bow that won't last forever.
The arrows can be those little plastic swords from the bar.
Yeah.
Maybe they'll be like knives on wood or
that's-
something.
that's-
Oh yeah.
Because I don't think that would do very much good.
Okay.
Or needles.
Or needles.
Oh yeah, like the ones that you like sew
Yeah.
poultry up when you're going to cook
I
'em?
believe you have never sewn a piece of poultry
Plus
in my life.
5. That's 5.
Nice.
5
New
total.
for me.
Yeah, you're very confident with the thing you made. Like, you'd give it to someone and not,
I do.
and not expect them to get hurt by it
And I did.
immediately.
Yeah.
But you said that it won't last forever.
And I
I
say
said that, yeah.
It won't last forever.
Sure, I mean it's
Let
all
me
we have.
elaborate a little bit. It won't last forever means that if you use it enough, it's going to break in your hands.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Breaking your hands and could hurt you.
Yes,
Like,
potentially. Although, like I said before, you're confident enough in what you did that you don't think that's going to be the case.
Today.
Basically, she'd have to roll really bad for that to be
Right.
the case.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah. It seems pretty sturdy. Here you go.
All right.
I just hand it off, and then I go peek through the door again to see how Robot's doing.
What are you doing?
So
We'll
I
come
just
back to
got
Robot
this
after.
and the weapon and stuff, but the Lord is looking at this scene, right? Sees everyone, is not particularly distracted by any one thing.
Robot's particularly distracted by pollen at the
Or are we
moment.
talking about the Lord?
Also,
I'm talking about Lord.
The Lord.
Felix.
Felix.
Yeah, distracted by pollen at the moment.
You said robot.
You said
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
did I say robot? My bad.
So
No, that's
this
fine.
week we can see Robot. Yes.
Because otherwise I would try
Felix.
and take cover, but since this is opportune,
Yeah.
distracted by Felix, I am just like, oh, well, hang on, because then blood will come out. But
Just kill him one shot. Go right for the brain.
because he felt something during that kick right to the chest, that really good one. There was some resistance to that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It didn't
But I
deal
have
as...
no idea what it was.
But I wouldn't know that.
but you wouldn't know that, correct?
But we know that there's something on him that isn't him giving him power.
But you don't know that.
Well,
I was in the
Paula knows,
kitchen.
Oh, you're right.
Paula
The two of
knows.
you know.
and Rory knows, and Leonitha knows.
Yeah,
Oh,
we were all in the
So
kitchen.
really, only Hunter doesn't
Only
know.
Hunter
Yeah.
doesn't know.
And Robot. Robot doesn't know either.
Right.
Yeah. Because I would be like, okay, we can't do anything with the magic wand. This...
Don't sell the magic wand short. It makes things really tasty.
That's
Oh,
true.
so it's not just salt.
No, it depends on what you touch it to.
Okay, there you
Oh.
go, chat.
There's 7 pages of notes in front of me about the wand of seasoning.
We'll get into
Yeah.
it.
Is there really?
No. I made up the wand of seasoning when you failed your roll.
Okay. I'm going to do the salt thing. I'm going to take the wand and put it in the bow.
Whoa.
I'm going to be like,
Like Harry Potter.
this will at least be like, because maybe what it'll do is if it's lodged in the Lord, I'm like,
Are you aiming for his chest?
sure.
We just want to make them
Something-
taste good.
something that can like spread salt, because maybe that'll disrupt the cells. I mean, it does if your cells are too saline.
Sure.
So
His
I,
liver.
We can put salt on him, and then we can put ice on him, and it'll burn him.
oh,
What?
but I don't think of that fast enough.
And then over time,
We're-
they'll
yeah.
rust.
Salt melts ice. If
Okay,
it
so you're
melts
trying-
ice.
So I'm just like,
You're trying to puncture him with the wand. Is that what I'm getting?
yeah, because when the wand, should it puncture, it'll do something hopefully like at a chemical or cellular level.
What's your magic again?
Nothing.
Oh, okay, sure.
I'll take those odds, he says. But
fair.
what if I enlist help from Rory? What if I can think of that fast enough and enlist help from Rory? And I'm like, here, I have an idea of what we can do with this.
You can ask him
Because I don't want to just like
her. Sorry.
Yeah.
rupture.
You can ask her for her opinion. That's totally fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Does salt do anything special magically? Can it purifies, right?
What's your magic again?
My magic is 4.
You need to be holding wand for it to do something. You need to hold it and wave it and say a thing.
Yeah.
Like it's not just like
Gotcha. Once it leaves her hand,
yeah.
it's
a stick.
It's a
You'd be
stick.
shooting. You'd be shooting a stick attached to a stick from a stick is what you would be doing
From a stick.
effectively.
Which is not a bad plan when you put it that
Yeah,
way.
not terrible.
I mean, what else do we have?
I mean, we've done that
Knives.
and flying kicks.
Knives.
That's
I guess
really what we have.
More things that can
And punching the bad guy in the face.
kicking.
When kicking and why punch? No, I scratch.
Oh yeah.
You try punch, scratch happen.
Bad, bad roll die.
Do you want us to come back to you?
No.
Okay.
Before too long, after I hear that, I'm like, oh, that doesn't help. So I just kind of like toss the wand aside.
Yeah.
I'm gonna aim.
The bow has arrows.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna aim for the chandelier
Yes.
Can
Oh. Okay.
Yes. Do it.
because I don't know what
Behind
it'll
that?
do, but it'll just land somewhere. Probably his candles.
Yeah.
And also, fire's not blood inducing. It might. I don't know.
Right.
Let's roll. Let's see what that does.
can I use a fate point
To do what?
to make the chandelier right above him?
Yeah.
Okay.
The chandelier is directly above Felix. And I don't mean like the center part that always comically falls
Yeah,
over.
yeah, yeah.
That's
I mean
directly
like
above me.
it's
It's gonna hit.
or
if
it's gonna hit him.
If it
Like
successful.
Cool.
conk right on the head. So
Fight
I have 1, 2.
Fight or shoot?
Sorry,
One.
shoot. Definitely shoot.
Shoot.
It's really a shoot roll.
bad.
if there
No,
ever
it's
was one.
0, but it's my great. So it's 4.
4.
4 total.
Sick.
Okay. I'm gonna just because I don't know how to set this.
Should I roll
DC.
perception?
Huh?
Should I roll perception since I'm right there too? Or is the center hole that never hits anybody directly above me?
No. No, you would be with him.
Yeah.
But would you have an opportunity to roll perception?
I mean,
I'm gonna spend a fate point to compel you to not take any action.
well, I do have only 9 years of world experience.
You
I've
do
probably
only
never had a
have
chandelier
9
fall on me
years.
before. Sure, I'll take another fate point.
Cool.
Back up to 4.
We get to learn how complications work, everybody. Wow, we definitely get to learn how complications work. So,
My 4.
your shoot is good, right? Like,
Yeah.
This is something that you do frequently.
It's great.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
it's
this
great.
this isn't like a.
I kind of want it to
goodness.
be like, it's not magic,
Yeah.
but it's basically like, you know how they say, like with shooters, godlike aim? Mm-hmm. That's what it is.
It's like it's a gift. It's a gift.
It's
People
not
are
like before I was like connected to the god, it was not a thing.
Yeah.
It's just kind of like part of, it's, I don't know. I'm going to keep thinking about it because
You
we're
could
working on the
say-
characters as we go.
I dig it. I dig
You
it.
could say that this is a display of skill that impresses a crowd of the uninformed.
Yeah,
Ooh.
it is a
Yeah.
display of skill that impresses the crowd of the uninformed.
I never saw the movie that came out last year about the man who could not move and then a robot took over his body and made him do things.
What?
Where the man was in wheelchair and then had robot put in body and that body started getting revenge.
Oh,
I know. I wish I
upgrading.
knew how to
Yeah.
clarify this for the
Upgrading.
internet, which is like 80% confused right now. I don't remember the name of the movie.
Upgraded.
Upgraded.
I
Thank
didn't
you.
hear about this
Yeah.
movie at all.
Yeah.
This
So,
is
like,
literally the first time
I don't know
hearing
how
about
well
it.
it did.
I don't think it did too
My
well.
thoughts
It
are like,
should have
but
done
in that,
really
in
well.
that,
Yeah.
like,
Unless it was a bad
shoots
movie.
gun
Although
really
if it was
well
anything
and
like
stuff
John
like that
Wick,
when
well,
robot
John Wick
take over.
didn't do very good, and it's still.
So
kind
I
of
was
a-
thinking
a
like
fave.
that could be like you like if you put a bow and an arrow in your hand,
Yeah.
you know that God's just gonna be like,
Yeah.
all right.
Yeah, I know that like the hard part basically is deciding what I want to hit. I know
sure.
that it's gonna hit for the most
Sure.
part. Well, it's not my superb, so
Yeah,
something
you
could
you
go
don't
wrong.
know it's going to hit, but you're confident. Like,
Yeah.
You're never afraid of it, but you're like, oh no, I
You're
missed.
great at it.
Yeah. So you pull back the bow and you let the arrow go. Like this time you're a little bit worried because
Yeah.
this is like makeshift stuff,
and
you're
it's just
like,
a high tension
But
situation.
it feels exactly the way you would expect it to, and the
All
arrow
right.
flies to the chandelier,
Nicely done, Rory.
which is held up by a single very thick rope.
Okay.
And the arrows you made had blades of knives on the tips of them, and they're like a little bit gruesome looking. Like they're not. It's not just like a clean. It's just like sharpness. And so it kind of like hits the rope and doesn't cut through it all the way,
okay.
but it is slipping.
Okay.
Do I notice that?
You see that it's slipping.
Cool.
You also see that Felix sees that it's slipping.
Boss, get out of the way! And I want to tackle him to the ground but I don't want him out of the way of the chandelier.
Okay. Felix is not going to resist you
Okay.
because Felix thinks that
He has no reason to
he has
doubt.
no reason to doubt you're
Yep.
protecting his life.
So what I want to do, I would like to basically tap him to the ground, and like I want to be over him, like I'm ready to take the chandelier for him.
Yeah.
And I want to just watch him. As soon as he's gonna fall, I just want to get out of the way.
Okay.
Okay,
So
you're not gonna like pulverize. No, but that would ruin the illusion.
yeah, I thought about it.
Yeah, but
My
you
thought
getting
is-
out of the way wouldn't? I don't know.
That's true. Yeah, we'll see what happens.
Okay.
Yeah.
Roll
But
athletics.
cool.
To get out of the way.
For the
get out
attack.
of the
Okay, so
way.
it is coming. Cool.
Yeah.
Maybe I should poof then.
Is your call?
Yeah, because if I'm gonna roll athletics, I'd have to have a -1. I'm gonna poof.
Okay.
So the second it hits me, I'm gonna smile and say, "You're dead," and poof into green smoke, and start to fill up the.
You mean the
container.
second? We'll say the second you hear the rope snap.
Yeah.
If I can explain to you that like the effect's the same, because I think that
for
would
sure.
make more sense. Also,
Totally.
Felix isn't a strong guy. He's
Yeah.
not a fast guy. He's
Yeah.
not an anything guy.
Yeah.
Cool.
As you say, "You're dead," and poof, the chandelier smashes down onto Felix, cutting him clean in half. Not cutting. Cutting is the wrong word. Smashing his body so thin that it's effectively like he was cut in half.
Ooh,
Oh, like
and also-
like the wife in the Signs.
or like the wife
Yeah.
in
Or
Wizard of Oz.
like a French fry.
No.
The skin's still there.
Yes.
But
Wait,
Gross.
wait,
But
do
yes.
you have one?
what's yours?
27 hours. Oh.
Yeah.
It's like epiphany. It also leaves a giant chandelier-shaped dent in the ground. Like it pushes. It's not a light thing. It's not like a crystal chandelier.
Well,
This
it is a light thing.
All right, all right, Smarty.
Okay.
All right, Smarty.
Sorry.
I'm gonna compel you to stop it.
No.
Your framing is ruined forever. The giant shaped chandelier. It's like steel, very big, very heavy. And it just crashes into the ground. Felix, very clearly dead. Like, no amount of magic.
Oh.
No amount of magic can make that shape less painful.
Yeah.
And, like,
Cool.
less kill you full.
Yeah.
Good thing you got out of the way.
Right?
Yeah.
All in all,
Good thing
We're
you
all
did
just
it.
like,
there are currently there are 4 dead guards, 3 dead employees.
isn't one unconscious?
One's unconscious, yeah.
Sorry, 3 dead guards, 1 unconscious guard, 3 dead employees, 4 employees that you don't know where they are or you haven't seen them in a minute. They may have ran away. They may have gotten hit by something like in the crossfire. There's a lot of damage to the building.
Yeah, there is.
I would like to take.
Lots of
Nah.
tables are smashed.
This
The
looks
floor is
familiar.
damaged.
Yeah.
Well, now that
Nobody.
he's dead, I'm just gonna like get his body out from under and drag it outside.
Make a physique roll.
Physique.
Yeah.
Can't. Not athletics.
No.
You
No?
said that when we were
Physique is
when
the
we came in
strong.
for our like interview, the bar was not yet open, right? We had never seen it before.
Yeah.
Also,
We had never seen it like open and operating.
still haven't.
Wait, what?
Yeah. You're correct.
Because it hasn't opened yet.
You kind of like sort of saw half.
Yeah.
I think you're closer to right than wrong, but like
Right.
they were doing work.
Sure.
I have never seen a patron in this bar.
No, not yet. Aside from Felix and his guards, if you want to count them. But those are the only patrons so far.
Because it must be like maybe like 5:30
Sure.
or 6.
Maybe 5:20. I think
yeah, so I guess-
usually in combat, less time passes than you think.
Yeah, for sure.
I show a
Okay,
masterful
just
display
checking.
of skill. Other practitioners of my craft are impressed.
Ooh.
That's a +5.
Oh, okay. He's reading the little sheet of like, this is what the... But you understand that these are relative to the contested roll, right? And not just the number that you roll. So you have to subtract either the DC or the number that I'm rolling against you. And then that's the number that's
Oh, okay.
on this chart.
What's the DC?
Well, I can't tell you that. That's not how this works. Sorry, what? Oh, you were rolling to remove him from the chandelier.
Yes.
You pull the top half of his body out from the chandelier,
I thought you
leaving
said
a
he-
trail of entrails and blood. It's gross.
Okay, and I toss the top half outside.
Oh God.
Jeepers.
Okay. Given your background, I'm going to say you don't have to roll. Anybody else that's watching.
Wait, you do that, and then Robot like stands up from like having crushed through the table. Finally, he gets up and he goes, "You were underage."
That's gross. That's so incredibly gross.
I'm just gonna take 3 rounds to recollect into my hybrid comfortable humanoid form.
Yep.
And start sweeping. And then when that's done, I'll start mopping.
Maybe like, does anybody else want to do anything in the next 10 minutes?
I mean, take the legs out too, I guess.
Okay, we'll say that you can use the same roll.
Rory,
Take the bottom half.
There's a lot of blood on the floor.
There's tons of blood on the floor.
That's why
And
I'm
it's
sweeping.
pooled into the O-shaped, the ring light shaped, like indentation that's been in the floor.
The chandelier shape, yeah.
Chandelier. Oh,
French
that's
that we
perfect. I know that we have to like get it up or get it removed or something. Actually, my idea is to get like probably flour from the kitchen and soak it up there like kitty litter, because when it's not
Kind of like the way you use sawdust to clean up spills in like a wood shop. Just something that will absorb it that you can then sweep away afterwards.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I think from my lore, I know that it like when you mix something into it, it ceases to be like powerful blood that is like a medium or that's what I would like to kind of.
You'd know that the blood isn't the crux of the thing. It's the pain that he's feeling. Right?
Ooh, okay.
The blood is just the vessel that like shapes the magic, but it's not what creates it. So the blood in and of itself isn't dangerous. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. But you can still. Do you still want to clean it up?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because would I know that? Maybe I would know that more than anyone else.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess
you
I would.
definitely know that.
I still want to clean it up. It's yucky.
Yeah.
So-
It is yucky.
Also, classic fantasy Dungeons and Dragons type thing. Loot the body.
Well, yeah. That's I actually wanted to like go out and like roll for magic to find this thing that was.
Yeah, you probably are
using the
curious about
power
it too.
or-
I have no idea. No one's told me.
Okay.
Oh, but your foot made contact with.
He just felt stronger.
Okay.
He was like, he looks weak, but wow, he's sturdy.
Yeah.
I'm like, fuck this.
Okay.
No.
You used yours.
Yeah, you used yours. That's okay. I said the SHIT word earlier.
Ruh-roh.
You have a refresh of 3, so it is a benefit to use all of them, right? Do we get 3 next time?
Anyhow.
Oh, it's a good point. Speaking of good point, I'm going to use one.
A fate point?
Yeah, I'm going to use a fate point.
Okay.
And how many does that give? +2?
Yes.
+2. Okay,
Per
so
point.
It's just a -1.
For the
for
point.
magic. So that's going to be a 3.
To find the item?
Oh, I should do an investigation first, shouldn't I?
Yeah.
Hmm.
Sorry.
Well, that was my magic roll. My
Okay.
magic roll is 3.
Okay.
I'll do investigation. Oh no. That was worse. That's
that bad. Oh, no, it was. No.
That's very bad.
Yeah.
I remember something about the book
you-
where it said that if you shouldn't need to roll, you probably shouldn't make your players roll. And I realize this is a dumb roll for you to make.
Oh, okay.
To find a ring on his finger. Like,
Oh,
there's a
okay.
ring on his finger.
I just like, yeah, the magic
It
thing
feels
was more for,
magic-y.
like, exactly.
I was gonna suggest I help with the roll and just be like, "Hey, is this a thing?"
I
Hey,
like
is
in
this
my
a
head. I'm
thing?"
like, if he fails or succeeds this roll, is there anything exciting that can happen? No, it's
Yeah,
just
yeah.
you find the ring. There's a ring on
Find
his
the ring.
finger. It's the only piece of jewelry he's wearing, and it's very clearly magical. Like you can tell that the runes etched into it are magical in nature.
Gotcha. I'll take it.
Cool.
I get bored of sweeping after 41 seconds.
Okay.
And I'm going to toss the broom on the ground. And I'm going to go look for the other people who are supposed to be working and helping us clean up right now. Like, where are they at, you know?
They're cowering in fear, or I mean, a small number of them are dead.
Right, but there are like 4
Some of them may have
unaccounted for, right?
left, but some of them are like in shock, like
Sure.
on the ground.
I guess I just want to... How many are still in... Because there are 4 that aren't dead that just, like, are around, I think you said. Are there... Can I
Yeah.
chat with them, I guess? Go see...
No.
No.
They won't talk to you. Like, you can say whatever you want to them and they'll just stare at you. I mean, you could try.
I'm going
Do you have
to...
something very compelling to say?
I would like to So I want to take the visage of a kindly old grandmother, and I want to just sit down next to them and just say, hey, everything's going to be okay. Just talk through it with me. Let's have a chat about the shaking.
Robot comes up to you and goes,
Let me see your ID.
Me?
After you say, let me see your ID,
Oh.
Zarif walks into the bar.
I stand and salute and remember that's not the thing. And... Zarif!
We did not do it.
We actually... I'll go back into my hybrid form. We tried to help. It would have been worse if we weren't here. That guy outside dead did it.
By the way, he's not directly outside. He's over near an alley or in an alley.
Did you not... what am I trying to say?
Did anybody die today?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some deaths.
okay.
Where are their bodies?
You died.
So there were 3 gods.
I don't.
Gods.
City guards?
Yeah, like the one unconscious
Were they-
there.
were
3 of
they-
them were
No,
dead.
they were working for.
It's not a city guard.
They were working
Yeah, I was
for
gonna say.
Lord Felix, who is also dead.
Oh.
He's
was
the
doing-
one in the
Yeah.
alley.
Oh.
He did illegal magic and tried to kill us, and he shot down your chandelier, so we killed him.
The
Roll deception.
I'm just like...
Nice.
Dang.
All right. That is a 5.
Whoa.
Oh.
I'm like,
Okay.
yeah.
All right. Hold up. If I can get this dice out of the corner. All right. There we go. He shot down the chandelier.
Yeah, like a punk.
While this is happening,
How
Robot.
did this happen?
Robot's gonna look at everybody in the room who was witness to this.
Yeah.
And like with the only hand that they have left is gonna do a.
Roll provoke.
Cool.
This is like the intimidation equivalent.
Oh my boy, my boy. Okay, then I want to re-say what I did.
Well, we'll
Wait,
take
I'll
the thing
tell
that you did.
It's a -1.
Oh, I see what you're doing. Okay.
Instead of using the hand that had fingers, you just goes like this.
The stub, and you just like.
And that's what makes it the -1.
Yep.
See.
Yeah, people don't understand what you're trying to do. They're just like,
You're just showing them your stump.
And then
You looking at it
Robot
yourself?
crosses their arms and like looks at the group and is like,
Yep. Gotcha.
Good one, bro.
none of you are confident in what he just did.
I'm just like,
Zarif, we left one guard alive. If maybe you want to talk to him, he's crumbled in a corner.
I run a bar. What do I want to talk to an unconscious god? What do you think I am?
Maybe he knows something about why.
No,
the Lord
why do
didn't
I
hear
care?
us
I
and
just
stuff.
want my bar back. You just destroyed my bar. Like, come on.
we-
I don't
well,
care
We
about
saved your bar.
I guess I start dragging the rest of the bodies out. It was like, alright.
Zarif kind of gags a little bit and just, I need to go to my office. Just give me 5 minutes and come back there. Just, I need to.
With or without the other guard. I'm not sure where we left that.
He's already walked away.
was there something you said earlier, or Lord Felix said earlier that made us cause suspicion in you? Remind me.
That made us cause, like, that made you guys suspicious about Lord Felix?
No, about Zarif.
I don't know.
Oh.
I don't know if you're feeling
Didn't really
suspicious
say
about
anything
Zarif
about
or not.
I was. I can't remember why,
I'm
though,
suspicious
so-
against Zarif because he has a lot. Last session, he said, like, there's no explanation for why he has this much money to be throwing around.
Yeah.
And, like, he's paying us a lot of money to guard this place. So, that
and you
Is
and I-
that what it is, really?
that's
No,
why
we
I
don't-
was suspicious.
we don't know.
but
We
We're
don't
not
know.
know.
wait staff?
we don't know if we're guards. We
Oh.
don't know what we're
Oh,
doing.
no, yeah, no, we don't know.
But
what
you
we're
and
doing.
I, when we were in the kitchen, we did have a conversation where we were like, we are either here,
Yeah.
we are either hired
Right.
here to be killed or to.
My first
Like-
suspicion was that we were set up and that it was
Yeah.
like, well, I didn't develop that thought past that. But I was very suspicious.
I think that's a reasonable assumption.
I think we should be
Like
suspicious of Zarif because we took care of the Lord really easily, and there's one more episode after this. So I don't know if Paulin would think that, but
Yeah. So, well, Leonitha, I don't know what you make of this, but I think I agree with you. I don't know how I feel about Zarif, but like he's so He's so nonchalant about the whole thing. I just don't know why we're here.
Yeah.
Why are we here?
Why does it have to be us here?
Yeah, why didn't they hire just some other blokes or something? I don't know.
Well,
Do you want me to answer that?
Are
This is
character?
Kareem. This is Kareem, the GM. Because he said this to you before. You're the only 4 people of your stature that aren't out doing things that people of your stature do.
Yeah, we get that, but we weren't told like I need you.
Why-
I need you doing things.
Why are people
Yes.
of our... Why does he need people of our stature at all?
I just want to make sure you remember that.
yeah.
Yes.
Because that's the part you know.
Why does he need impressive adventurers
Yeah.
to do impressive adventurer stuff
In a bar.
at his bar?
Yeah.
That's just opening.
It's a great question
Maybe we
Yeah.
can
You
try.
know what?
for the character.
That is a great question. I stormed towards Zarif's office.
I will storm
But
too.
it hasn't been 5 minutes.
I assume...
I don't care.
Oh no!
I want to try to pick up the body of the big guard that I was impersonating before.
That was be my idea too.
Do you want to help me lift him? Because I am but a cloud.
Sure.
I might need a hand.
You're doing it to.
I might need a hand.
I want to pick up the one guard that's still alive but unconscious.
Yeah.
I want to bring him to Zarif's office.
Oh, okay.
I think we have to interrogate 2 people.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So we're gonna pick up this guard. We're gonna try to
Okay.
physique.
I'm going to say that you aren't in a stressful situation.
Cool.
You can just move him.
Cool.
Oh, gotcha.
we'll do it.
He's not like a gargantuan. He's just a person.
Yeah.
You got legs. You got arms.
Yeah.
Between the 2 of you, you make a human being.
Yeah.
I just
No one
imagine
considered me before.
what size they're carrying.
So you're gonna take
Oh,
take the body of the unconscious guard to Zarif's office
Yep.
with you and like knock on the door.
Fall
Just
in
like,
behind.
We
Just-
take the hand and we're like.
Yeah,
That's very more
robot's hand.
but okay.
Oh no,
No,
the
the
guard's
guard's
Yeah, I
hand.
got the guard's hand.
Guard's hand.
Robot's hand is somewhere in the bar. We could get it.
You hear from inside the office. He opens the door. You couldn't even wait for 5 minutes.
We need answers.
And we need them now.
And we have a guard.
Why do you have a guard?
Wait, yeah, that's a good question. Why do you?
That's not a guard. Stop calling him a guard.
We're gonna have to talk to him.
If you don't give us the real
Right.
story, maybe this guy will.
Yeah, maybe I will.
No.
The guard.
The guard.
guard.
I'm not trying to hide anything from you. What do you want to know?
Why did you hire us?
To be here.
No specifics.
I hired you. Look, last time I tried to open a business, one of my competition may have gone a little too far as eliminating me and not necessarily used business tactics to do that, but used,
Did he kill you?
no, I'm alive.
He's alive.
Well, I'm alive, but I'm not alive.
More
It's-
criminal methods of winning that kind of competition, if you get my meaning.
Oh,
Okay.
So we're just protection.
I mean, yeah, there's a lot of people that work here, and it's really important for me to keep them all alive.
Roy's gonna immediately look at Robot. Robot's like still in the room, like looking for hand, and like perks up and looks over at Roy, and they're just like,
Noted.
Do you think it was your competition that sent the evil bloodlord?
No,
All right,
think
that,
that
one's
guy-
out then.
I don't know anything about that guy except for he has lots of money, and
oh,
Speaking of that guy,
He
did I
can't-
find anything cool on him? Did I find anything like for me?
he took the ring. Aside from that, unless you want like ripped fancy clothing, like you might be able to get some money for the cloth, but
All right.
Does he have money
nothing-
on him?
But he has money on him.
No.
No? He didn't have money on
No.
him?
Let's check
like
his guards.
he's the kind of rich where you don't need to spend money anymore. Where you just like walk in,
Yeah.
like, but I'm here.
Yeah.
I would like an
Expected-
And like
XYZ.
freebies.
He expected to get stuff for free at this restaurant?
Oh yeah,
Ah,
he killed somebody for not bringing ice.
Did he have
he deserved
a
deserved to
weapon on
die.
him?
Yep.
No,
He deserved-
He
Oh
had
yeah, well
4
he's guard.
guards.
That's true.
Yeah, he had 4 guards and the ability to use magic.
Do I find anything cool on the guards?
Yeah, sure. You can take like armor that's worse than yours or weapons that are worse than yours.
Okay, I'm good.
Yeah, they're not they're not nothing. But with the amount of money that you've been given and the amount of money that you could take from Zarif if you wanted to, you don't need any of the stuff. None of it's like exhilarating to you. It's just mundane things.
Zarif, here's what happened. Lord Felix comes in and starts causing a ruckus, immediately chops off Robert's hand.
Why?
Just for asking for an ID, which is reasonable. Lord Felix looked very young.
I mean, continue, I guess.
The bar wasn't even open yet. And then I go over to be like a server because, guess what? Didn't know why I was here. And I go to get some water, and while I'm gone, another server comes up, and he's all like something, and then kills that server immediately. I mean, you're lucky we were here. That's all I'm going to say. Well, I'm going to say some more. Sorry your bar got screwed up, but you know what? If you want to protect your people, I guess, I mean, like, all of them would have probably died. Because they would have been like, oh, I don't know where the ice is. Stab. Oh, I don't know where the ice is. Stab. Like, please don't stab me.
Tell your
Stab.
employees where the ice is.
I mean, in hindsight, you guys are the only ones that don't know where the ice is. That's the thing. That's the way that... Anyways, look. We could come back from this. It might take a couple weeks, but that's fine.
But we open tonight, boss.
Okay, that's clearly not true anymore.
It's not going to happen.
No, we can get it. We can get it done.
can do it.
We can. You know what? We can get this bar ready for tonight.
Yes.
Enter montage.
In like,
It's just the two of them leaving, like really, like from a lot of different, very drastically different angles, and everybody else is still in the office. And
Yeah.
like, great. So, what about the delivery? I was told that you were the one handling that.
I ran back in because Lord Felix was slaughtering your waitstaff.
Yeah.
Did you say you dropped the bag of gold too?
Dropped
outside?
the bag of gold
So you're saying
outside.
that the delivery didn't come before Felix started killing everybody?
No, it did not. I'm leaving out the part about the money.
Where's the gold? How do you not think that was the next thing on the list?
Sir, I dropped it in the street.
Can you go get it?
Yeah, sure. I'm out of there.
Outside in the back in the alley?
Do I roll?
Or is it an alley? Is it just...
So you can roll if you want.
Do I succeed in
It's
getting
not
it?
there. It's not on the ground where you left it. You can roll to look in the general vicinity if you want to.
Is it worth
be
it? I'll roll.
investigation.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 2.
You see that there are cart tracks
Okay.
that weren't there before.
So the delivery might have come by and just,
No
instead
one
of
was
dropping
there to
anything
meet
off, they
them.
just took the gold that was lying there?
Yeah, there's no delivery anywhere.
I can make that money up.
Are you saying this? Did you like go back inside and you're talking
I'm
about
not
Yes.
gonna just say that. I can listen.
I can pay you back out of the wages
Yeah.
that you're giving me.
Yeah, I know you can do that. You super can do that. I'm gonna take that out of your salary.
You hear in the background, oh, this chandelier sure is heavy.
Very nice to have some help.
I can help with the chandelier.
We're gonna close for 2 weeks.
Don't do it.
To get
No,
all
wait.
this.
Give us 1 hour. 1 hour. 1 hour. That's all it's gonna take.
To
Enter
get
second montage.
cameras, it's
I'm
drastically
really bad
different
every time we
angles
montage.
of the two of them trying to lift the chandelier, but the chandelier is never in the shot, and then it goes to a wide shot of both of them not doing anything to the chandelier at all.
My hands keep passing through it.
Yeah, we're gonna have to close for a couple weeks, and
Are we still getting paid every day of those two?
are you still getting? No, I'm not gonna pay you. I can't make any money.
Can I still live here?
Yeah,
You live here?
Uh-huh.
Can I live here?
no, not while this is going on. Maybe afterwards we'll talk. Look,
I don't think I want to live here.
I need some time, please.
Are you going to cry?
No, I'm not
I
gonna.
can make a very good shoulder.
Please go home, Paula.
So we're closed. Yeah, I'm leaving. I'm gonna leave. If we're closed,
You're just
Okay.
like, leave me alone. I go upstairs.
Cool.
Well, hold on. Wait.
I'm out the door.
Wait, should we make a
Are you doing anything for the rest of the night, Leonitha?
I mean,
Got any plans?
Do you want to hang out?
my shift got canceled, so
Oh,
mine too.
You don't say.
Well,
I don't think Zarif would mind if we
Robot's like, yes,
if we
did that.
if we stayed behind in the kitchen and like made ourselves food, maybe.
He wouldn't.
Can I
mind.
roll a
He wouldn't-
persuasion?
He wouldn't notice. Let's put it that
Cool.
way.
Can I make my eyes
He's,
real
he's,
big?
he's making calls and trying to not have a huge legal problem.
We still have bodies out there, right?
Oh, yeah.
Dead bodies.
Yeah.
A huge
He doesn't want you to touch anything, though. He just wants you to go. Like, if you want food, take the food and leave, is basically his attitude.
Okay.
Cool.
Wow.
I'm also gonna take a big plank from the table that Robot broke, and find like, is there like, what would writing supplies be that I could find around?
A pen?
A pen.
Some paper.
They're cool pen. Well, I just want. I mean, can I write on this? I'm gonna write on this plank of wood with the pen. I'm gonna write closed 2 week, and it's spelled WEAK.
Closed. We're 2
It's
weeks.
clothed. It's
T-O-O.
clothed 2 week. Is what I write on there. Clothed 2 week. And I want to go pin that up on the outside
That's beautiful.
as we leave.
That's beautiful.
With food, whenever we get food.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
So, are the three of you leaving together, or is it the two
Are we
of
gonna
you
hang
and
out?
then you?
we're gonna
and
hang
you?
out.
I guess because
We'll walk you back to your home later, since you live here, which is weird.
yeah. Because I
mean,
just,
it's fine.
to me, there's something on my mind, not only about, okay, in the way that Felix was like, oh, I smell holy on her, I was like, I smell dark. Or not smell per se, but like, the god flexes the air.
Yeah.
Like, it's like, oh, something, pay attention to that. And I don't know exactly what. It leads me like little by little. But I was just like, something's up. And maybe I kind of understand that it wasn't by his own power, that it's like some removed power.
Okay.
Do I know that, or do
Yeah.
I like roll
I
for
think
that?
that's
we
totally
can figure
okay.
that?
No, I think that's totally cool.
Maybe just because the nature of blood magic.
Yeah.
And we can talk about,
Like,
I'm suspicious because that was a little too easy based on what I know about blood magic.
I mean, like, sort of, but also maybe we just did a good job.
We are wonderful heroes.
We have some skills. Still,
But
I don't know.
I did find this, and the camera goes to a Dutch angle, and I have very stark, contrasty, dark lighting.
what are you looking at?
The ring.
Oh, yeah.
It cuts to close up, and I'm like sweating a lot.
Ren and Stimpy style? I'm imagining a Ren and Stimpy type close up.
Yeah, there's way too much detail.
Disgusting detail.
Way too much
Like
disgusting
SpongeBob.
detail.
Then there's a smash cut to where
Directing
the
the movie now.
Right where the ring is.
right where the ring is, Felix's hand being dragged by me.
That's
That's cool.
actually not
Two-
bad. So you're
I'm taking him to a guard station or to the police. I'm going to the police.
You're just like not wasting
this
any time.
guy attacked me at the bar.
Oh, I see what you're doing. Okay.
This guy attacked me at the bar.
I'm
and
assuming you're
he-
taking his upper half.
Yeah,
hand up.
yeah.
So I just
Like
wanna,
remember this guy?
I want to make something abundantly clear. Around 6 o'clock in the afternoon, you're taking an eviscerated half of a human body and dragging it through the center of the town.
Yep.
Cool.
They know me.
Great.
Used to be on the force.
Yeah.
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 He's on probation
Yeah.
now.
I just want you to think for 1 second about how that plays out in the movie that you're referencing.
One dude opens
You go
the
to
window.
jail.
One dude opens the window and is like, "This is why you had to turn in your bed." Disgrace.
So, as the three of you, right,
Yeah.
leave together.
Well, 4.
As the four of you,
Yeah.
Well, 3 and 3.95.
Yeah.
Hey, you found the handy. They
That's
got
true.
it with them.
That's
They
true.
got it
That's
with
true.
them.
as all of you except for two leave together, you notice that you saw Hunter leave through the front entrance and drag the body off.
Maybe
As
we
you're
don't.
walking, because you guys were in the kitchen. I'm just. Did you leave through the back?
Yeah, sure.
Sure.
You notice Hunter walking without the body in the opposite direction of where he's supposed to be going.
walking without the body
I'm rolling magic.
in the opposite direction.
I would. Yeah. Can I
Sweet.
roll insight
5.
to try to?
This is a reminiscent of a magical effect, but you don't think that this is a magical effect.
I don't think this is a magical effect.
Correct. But it's very reminiscent of a magical effect.
Okay.
Like if you didn't trust your instincts as well as your knowledge, you would say this is a magical effect.
Okay.
But you also just don't feel that it's a magical effect. Does that make sense?
So that's like we're seeing Hunter dragging nothing, heading in the opposite direction
Of where he's
where earlier we saw him
going.
Dragging nothing. You didn't say that.
Yeah, I tried to. If I
You did.
Yeah.
That's how I. That's
Oh.
how I
There's like this cross section, and there's 2 hunters.
Oh, it's like Hunter cross section Hunter.
No, there's one hunter walking this way.
Wait.
Instead of going this way.
Yeah, but because you said hunter without the body,
Yeah, he doesn't have the body.
but not like dragging nothing.
Dragging nothing, just walking.
Dragging
normally. You made an
Not
insight.
dragging.
I rolled a 3 insight. Is that Hunter? Is what I'm trying to figure out.
If it's Hunter, he's not feeling well.
Okay.
If that's Hunter, he's not feeling well.
Oi, Hunter.
He doesn't turn around. He keeps walking.
Hunter!
Wait, this is like him.
Yeah. I want to yell Hunter in a very, very
just
big
like,
voice.
I don't know you.
And I want to.
We're not associated.
I want to use what little monster energy I
Close.
have left from that I'm a monster roll I did earlier. I'm gonna spend a fate point to also just reverberate my voice across these buildings and roll provoke to get this creature or hunter's attention.
Okay.
So I'm gonna roll with a +2, spending that fate point, which I'm glad I did. So that is 5 total.
Hunter turns and looks at you, but it's not so much I'm turning and responding to my name. It's like anybody within earshot's turning and looking at you at this point.
Cool.
Because you're so loud. And as you turn, or as Hunter turns and looks at you, the part of his head where his face would be is just smooth nothingness. And the second you see that, he vanishes.
Slender Man.
I didn't know Hunter could do that.
I don't think Hunter can do that.
Because that's not Hunter.
That's. We'll see you next time.
I mean, yeah, we will see you next time. You're right.
Oh,
That's a really great button.
Oh, yeah.
It is about time to end. Hey! Good call, dude. I actually wasn't even planning that.
Hey, we found it.
Hey, thanks for stopping by.
okay.
Perils.
Did you hear?
What?
Ultra will be back.
Yeah, she'll be back. Oh,
Here.
there she is.
Did you hear what happened?
Ooh,
The thing that probably isn't Hunter turned, didn't have a face, and then vanished. And now the session's
and then
over.
And now
Robot
the
let us
session's
into.
all right.
And the robot broke the 4th wall and ended the episode.
Which is pretty fucking hilarious.
Hey, if anyone's gonna do it.
I went the whole
You were so
episode!
good! You were doing so well.
Thank you. I only cursed once at the very end. Anyways, we've been QueueTimes. This has been Pub Perils. Thank you very much for stopping by and checking us out. We hope that you enjoyed it. I have been Croog. If you want to talk to me, you can talk to me at CroogQT on Twitter. If you want to talk to QueueTimes, the AI that runs our social media accounts that are QueueTimes branded, you can talk to them at _QueueTimes on Twitter, or at QueueTimes Main on YouTube, or at whatever our link to our Discord is. You can find that in the description if you're watching the VOD, or you can press !Discord in chat, and you'll find the link in there. Hey, why don't you tell us where you can find you guys on the internet?
I'm I'm Winter at Charred Winters on Twitter.
Nice.
Ultra _greatsword on Twitch.
I have been Jonas, and you can find me on Twitter at Jonas Newhouse.
I'm William, and you can find me on Twitter and Instagram at KWilliamWhite. I also host and run another show for QueueTimes called Hijinks and Handlebars. It happens every Tuesday night at 6:30 p.m. Pacific time. It is an actual play Kids on Bikes tabletop live stream.
Featuring this dog.
And
you
a
can-
saxophone.
And a saxophone. You can follow that stuff on Twitter and Instagram at HandleStream.
Nice. And until next time, we're going to be back next week. Same time, same place,
With the
same
final pub
session.
barrels?
Finale?
With the final pub
The pub
barrels, right?
rally?
Next week's the last one. Right? I'm looking at Indigo because I don't remember our schedule very well. Join us then. In the meantime, we'll see you this Sunday for our next stream. Is that right?
With Uncommon Trust.
With the Uncommon
Uncommon
Trust.
Trust.
If you haven't checked them out, you absolutely should. Join us on Sunday at
Noon.
noon PST.
Pacific.
I'm bad at remembering stuff. We'll see you guys next time.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.